Don't everybody
If
stare at
only
me.
my eyes were glowing red.
I know.
A little
Is that
bit.
a flower
It'd
or
be
something?
perfect.
Is that what is
Yeah.
that next year? Oh, that's
Yeah.
spooky.
It is
Oh,
kinda
we're
spooky.
live on Myth Brigade, according to the internet. And
Some of us are live.
yes, Byron, it's
We're
your
here.
show. This is a 1 year anniversary. Thank you, man, for running this for a year.
Absolutely.
What's
I
going
can't
on?
believe it's been a damn year.
I know. It's amazing.
Jeez.
I love it.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a one-shot.
It's fucking a one shot. Whatever. I hate vampires, though. I will tell you that. I didn't exactly hate vampires as much as I hate them now. Before, I would have been like, if you're like, Jason, what do you think about vampires? I would have been like, eh. Now, fucking hate them. All of them. It's your fault.
Absolutely. Well, welcome to another episode, the 1 year anniversary episode of Knights Black Agents here on Myth Brigade, the Blood Rising campaign, even though we mention that about once every 4 episodes. Shout out to, of course, our wonderful sponsors, and Mr. Ken Height, who was here a year ago to help us kick this bad boy off.
Yeah, okay.
And you know, we miss those old days where we actually were somewhat cognizant of what the rules of this game were. But now we just have a story and make shit up and drink.
Having the
oh
book-
yeah, that's the book.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that.
Black agent. Oh, that looks interesting.
I mean, let me,
Yeah.
Like Knights Black Agents?
let me get this
Was I
dust.
supposed to make a character up already?
Yeah, I
Dust.
think so. But anyhow, yeah, Dracula Unredacted.
Yeah.
It should say unread.
I can change it right now.
At some point, that was an amazing thing, and it was well integrated
It
into
is
the
really
game.
good.
And then we just kind of spiraled out of control and went our own improv
Yes, we
direction.
did.
Yeah. So we never really went back to that. But thank you, Jason, for purchasing copies of for everyone.
Yeah,
to
can you-
remember everybody.
Can somebody check the stream just to make sure it's not being spastic? I mean, I can do that, but it's not always a. Sorry to interrupt the flow, but it could be Byron.
You okay? I guess it didn't have to be me. I just followed directions and
Yeah,
grabbed my
no,
phone.
you guys. We might sound like we're. I'm not gonna say that. We might sound bad. Let's just put it.
Choppy.
Yeah, that's a word. Choppy. Slap chop.
Choppy.
Yeah.
That's a word. Choppy.
Nope, that sounds okay. Thanks. I hear
Oh,
myself.
sounds good, man.
Sounds fine. All right. Okay, I got an alert. I'm
Looks
sorry,
clear.
Byron. I'm sorry, Byron. It's all clear. Don't cross the streams. It'll be fine.
Don't cross the streams. I like it.
Don't cross the box.
As you were. As you
Stay in
were.
your box.
Yeah.
All right. So when we last left off our fearless people, I guess I could go around the horn here. You know, we just spent like a half an hour talking, so you know that happens sometimes. But
Feels
anyway, so we have our fabulous cast members, of course, Mr. Dan Kaplan, Johnny Walcott, and Tesla, Mr. Brent Adams, Dr. Terry Mitchell, the infatigable Dr. Well, I guess Tara Roy, but anyhow. And then, of course, Mr. Tyler Wingate, who I spend entirely too much time with. But
Yeah, fuck that
the
guy.
Red Lily, and of
I
course,
seem to like
Evan,
the color
Mr. Jason
red.
Just.
I've just come
Maybe.
to this realization.
Maybe.
Red Lily, Red Rocket.
Yeah.
Oh,
Red
man.
Lily.
I guess
All
I
your
like
characters
color
are red.
As-
Yeah.
You
And
know,
listen-
and I was looking into Wrath of Glory earlier, and I was thinking about playing a Blood Angel.
So Tyler, as long as
All
there's
of
You
these
not
could be a
a
red
moment,
Corsair.
as long as there's not a moment where Byron's like, "Okay, Lily, what do you do?" and you're like, "All right, so you see my penis." Like, that's not going to be okay. That's red.
That's a whole different episode. That's
Yeah.
Knights Black
Lily
Agents.
uncovered.
Knights. Oh. All right. Put
Sorry.
that to bed.
Sorry.
It's not that kind of
Just
episode
send Knights
today.
Black to Dracula Redacted, please. I want the redacted
Yeah,
version.
yeah, definitely need some redactedness right now.
Redaction.
Just black that shit out with a bold black line.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so yeah, when we last left off, you guys had just got done kind of interrogating. Well, I guess it was kind of interrogating Red Lily in a way. You know, as she attempted to like murder everybody, and you know, so forth as you guys were attempting to get out of your locked room, and you got to meet the Tin Man.
Obviously, I
And
didn't try to kill you because you guys are alive.
I mean, the fact that you didn't have your lethal weapons probably had something to do with it. But
Yes.
You're really growing as a person, Lily.
yeah, you're growing as a
Thanks.
person. Yeah. So yeah, and you guys were trying to figure out. You found out some more information with Ring and how they were investigating the vampires, and you realize now that you were originally stumbled upon them, and basically really fucked up their plans of what they were trying to do. And so I don't really think you feel guilty about it, but in a way, you just see them more as an ally at this point, and are attempting to use what little bit of resources you can gather from them to further your own agendas, if nothing else. I think that's the way I see it, at least. And so you guys were trying to think of places where you could find out where there might be a vampire hiding. You're trying to find people that killed Tesla's partner many years ago, back when he first realized that vampires were a real thing. And so you called your buddy Ryzen.
Ryzen. Yes. Tara. So Dr.
Yeah.
Mitchell called her buddy.
Yeah, her buddy, her and Red Lily's buddy. But anyway, yeah, more Dr. Mitchell's buddy.
Yeah.
And he invited you to come and speak with them. And so as the camera kind of segues away from that conversation, you guys board your charter plane that you always fly everywhere and go to Geneva, Switzerland for a night at the Morquette, the infamous bar and club in Geneva where you guys originally met Mistress Bathory and, of course, your buddy Ryzen.
So Byron, real quick, what
yeah.
I think. So we were there and we were in disguises. And I know what you're going to tell me when I ask this question, but probably we don't want to go as ourselves per se, because we wouldn't. Elizabeth would know better, but Ryzen would not. So I'm going to go ahead and dress as Bruno. Right, my leather, my vinyl pants wearing mesh shirt guy with the mohawk and whatever. And I'll go do that.
This was like a latex fetish club.
Yeah.
Carrie sneaked the picture of him with her cell phone.
Potty. That guy.
Yeah. Well, my next question was going to be, how are you guys actually dressing and going? So, like, you're right on spot on the timing of that. So, yeah.
I don't remember how I dressed last time.
You and Lily were dressed as partygoers. You were all like fabbed out.
Johnny and Tesla were in the van, so I think when we came in, we were
under, so I was like in tactical gear.
She gonna come in like khakis and a golf shirt and being like, okay, here we go, going to work. Yeah.
Hey, wearing that in a latex club is serious fetish. All right, so is the club basically all like fetish latex wear? Is that basically the idea?
It is your typical Switzerland, bar, really. Yeah.
Oh,
party,
okay.
Party bar.
Party
bar.
I guess some interest is.
Lily, will you help me do my makeup?
I guarantee you I can find that line from the last one. I remember that's like deja vu. You literally asked her.
I pull out a little Hello Kitty handbag.
Yeah.
And set it down.
Yeah. Her caboodle.
I thought you had a caboodle.
That's a caboodle. It's
a caboodle.
Let's do some vampire party. Here we go.
Giant will wear like black jacket, black everything, just collared shirt. See if that works out.
All right.
Neutral.
Got a black shirt, all pop collar, everything. Dress clothes.
Yeah.
I fold Johnny's collar down.
Bit shinier.
That's right. You can't see my 75-year-old nipple rings, but
wingtips. Wearing some Ferragamos.
There you go.
Tesla? Like overalls and a mechanical backpack, looks like a surgeon on the back of it. Mechanical arms and shit. The 105 cell.
I was thinking basically like Tony Montana's outfit from Scarface, like a white suit with a silk shirt and then chest hair, like couple buttons unbuttoned so you can see.
Don't you have to have chest hair to put chest hair on?
Yeah.
Oh,
He gets
Really
into
be
our
nice.
disguise kit, right, and just like raids the press on hair and just
Yeah, it's from the disguise kit. It's patches.
Either that.
You can see the edges of it. The back.
Build your guys
Absolutely.
roll.
I just show up in a rubber gimp
why is
suit.
this so
from
long?
American Horror
Like, chest
Story.
hair
Oh
shouldn't
my
be
God.
this long.
amazing.
All right, yeah. So you guys go to the club.
I'm dressed kind of like Sporty Spice, I think. That's my guys today.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
Sherry doesn't really have
Sporty
much fashion sense.
got it.
Idea of fancy.
Yeah, me either. So
Yep. So I mean, you guys go. You have an actual little card pass because if you remember, Ryzen had given you a VIP pass when you had left there a long time ago.
unfortunately gonna leave my katana in the van. It's probably not getting past security, but I'm gonna take my knife.
So you guys go up to the little purple rope, that's across there. Of course, there's one of those ex-Spetsnaz guys that just has like all like neck to shoulders, like his head just kind of meets his shoulders. And his like neck is just there, and big, huge Russian tattoos, teardrops on his eyes, all kinds of shit like that. Wearing a black. Actually, he's wearing.
Can I keep him?
He's wearing a fucking platinum suit, like just completely like ripped out.
He's
Definitely
Can I
shots.
keep him?
This is
Platinum
definitely
suit and no neck. So basically, he just has Nolders. Right?
He's Nolders, right? He's got Nolders, right? It's like Juggernaut, where his neck just comes down.
Yeah, like-
his head is like the top of his head, his forehead, and then neck, and shoulders. So anyway, yeah, he's standing there, and who's in front? Who's doing the talking?
Evan,
Not me.
No, I'm
the
dancing.
guy who's trying to be the life of the party.
I dance past it. I just pirouette on in. Like I'm not.
Well, there's a little like purple rope there. You can't just pirouette.
I pirouette. The big guy, is it the same guy?
Yeah, he's there.
I sort of kind of dance move in, and I pose my pirouette, so I just kind of fall back into his arms. He's not gonna grab me, but I lean back into him. Do you remember the party? Huh? We are here to see Ryzen. Excuse me, darling.
Sadly, I do remember you.
You see this fake attempt to look happy on Lily's face, and it's just not there.
I just sort of wink
He's
at
like-
them, like this is the one thing I've ever done right, and it's not even all that right. And I kiss my fingers and put it on his cheek. Time for drinking, and just pirouette past him.
Yeah, he kind of looks, to this one guy, this much smaller guy that's kind of standing by it's almost like a garage door that's been opened, so you could just walk right into the bar. It's a warm summer evening, and he says, "Ivan, take them to Ryzen." And so he says,
"Take us
this
to
way."
the bar first, Ivers." I just walk behind him, doing the whole, kind of thing. Yeah.
I'm
He
kind of
kinda
calmly walking behind him.
he kind of takes you in. It's probably been a couple months since you guys have really been here, honestly. And so they've installed like this big glass wall. There's like these ladies dancing in these big glass booths that are kind of chandelier type things hanging from the ceiling now. They've done different stuff, and kind of livened the place up a little bit. And huge, massive horseshoe bar with LED lights and stuff like that. That was there before, but you guys just didn't really play with that too much. And you see like a big, like almost like a dais-y area that has a big couch and all that stuff. And there's lights and stuff going on. And there's another little velvet rope over on the offside with two very gigantic Russian dudes standing at the stairwell that goes upstairs to the private office, which is just all black glass, and so forth. And you see Ryzen. He's over there. He's wearing a pink jacket and a like fishnet shirt. Yep. And his hair's just all messy. He's
Does his
black
chest hair
hair.
stick out through the fishnet?
No, he's completely clean shaven. Completely clean.
Waxy, waxy. Look at this, huh?
Yeah. And he's wearing like tight yellow leather pants.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's what I call
Guys,
peak
Hell
hunting.
yeah.
This isn't good, guys.
Yeah. And he sees you kind of walking over. He says, "Hi, friends! How are you? It's so good to see you. I was wondering when you would come to see Ryzen."
I'm gonna dance
So-
over to the bar and get the fuck out away
So
from this.
good to meet you.
Yes, yes, I know you. You are Bill, right? Bill, is that your name?
I'm gonna
Right,
take
Bill.
point and are Johnny and Tesla, are you have you picked a cover name
I'm
for this
Bill.
encounter? You're just Bill.
Yeah, Bill now.
You're now Bill.
It's like, hi, it's like Bill and my good friend Ted. As
You look at me and say this.
I put my arm around Johnny.
Yes, Ted Smith. Glad to meet
Here
you.
with these
They're a
most-
couple.
Glad to meet you also. I'm Ryzen. You probably know me though. Everybody knows Ryzen. He's so popular.
I play kind of like point and this is our friend Ryzen. We met last time. We've told them all about you. They know your name by now.
Oh yes, good things, right? Good things. She said good things about me.
Of course.
And
And
she likes my abs. I know. I can see it in her eyes.
I can't stop looking at them.
Yes. Yes, exactly. I know.
It takes a brave man to wear an outfit like that.
Not brave, just extravagant. Yes, extravagant. That's the word, I think, in English.
Extravagant. Okay.
Yes. So you guys need drinks? What you drink? Rise and bring you special drinks. Yes.
Excellent. Gin martini, please.
Gin? Oh, gin. You're good. You must be British. Drink gin. Yes. And so they bring you. He snaps his fingers, and these two little, like weedy looking, Swedish guys go and get some drinks. And you notice all the servants, all the people doing any of the work are male, and all the females, of course, are like dancing and all that stuff. So they don't have any like female bartenders or anything like that here.
So Byron, I mentioned that I was going to go up to the bar while they were greeting Ryzen. I'll keep an eye on that situation and just watch the drinks being made to make sure that there's no.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a roofie cooler or something like a Cosby cocktail or something.
No, you could picture it's probably going down like an episode of Cocktail, with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
They're spinning bottles and shit and doing all kinds of things. And he mixes up, the drinks and so forth as the guy, kind of tells him what to get. And he brings them back over. And there's a blonde haired guy, like way too tan. Like he's just like obviously in a tanning booth,
Like orange.
He
twice
sleeps
a day. Yeah, he's definitely orange. And he's like, how may I help you, sir? You want a drink?
Yeah. First, I would like to know how did you get so tan? Triple martini, please. I call out to whoever's making drinks. So this is this
Wait,
is
wait,
this
Russian?
spray? Oh, that's horrible.
I like that. And he says, yes. He said, I tell you secret. He says, spray.
What?
Looks
on
good.
stuff.
I
Yes,
say-
it's good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the color. It's very nice.
I lean in and just say, "Running low on Scarlet, mate. Do you have a connection?"
Oh, you want that? Oh, I can get that for you. Yes.
Party,
Yes, I can
party.
get that for you.
I wink at him.
He
Do my
he
deal.
kind of like he kind of looks over at another guy and like elbows him, and there's another guy behind the bar just wearing like a total black suit
Yeah.
and real short Russian cropped haircut, and he kind of comes over and he reaches his hand out on the bar with his hand down, and you can see he's got some Russian mafia symbols on the back of his hand.
Mm,
Nice
And he
tattoo.
says-
I pet his hand and I just kind of put I put the cash down like I'm paying for my drink, but it's like $300, right? And I just
Yeah.
thank you and kind of try to grab the bag out from under
Yeah.
his hand, kind of chill.
He's like, "Don't worry, this place is safe."
I know it's a party. In my pants, and I just dance away and go back. I'll rejoin them now that I got my drugs, but I kind of feel like as much as he does and as little opportunity as he's had to get away from them, he needed a score. So, yeah, he's having a great time.
Were we all mic'd up? Like, did we all hear this?
Shit! I didn't think about it.
We're
I
definitely.
mean, that's up to
I
you
think we
guys.
are.
That's up
There's
to
no
you
way
guys.
we wouldn't be.
I'm gonna say we are. I didn't think to even turn it off, so
it
I
would
think-
make sense.
I think
it
there's
would
this
make
moment.
sense.
I,
where
I would kind of respond when Evan's like, as he said, "Your mic's on."
So
Oh.
Lily, you're up at the thing, right?
Yeah.
So actually, you guys are mic'd up, but the problem is you don't hear anything going on in Evan's mic. Once you guys went up on the dais
Oh, that's
with
right.
Ryzen, it's blocked
Oh.
out. It's blocked out.
Nice.
Just like when we were with what's
Mhm.
her name?
When you were with Bathory before.
I'll just come
And,
dance on my way back and find a seat next to them or whatever's appropriate.
Yeah.
Kind of dancing.
Yeah,
around.
you get up there. You get up to the rope. Of course, the rope is back across there, and the guy just waves at the other guy, and he moves it and lets you up there. And Ryzen says, "Oh yes, my." He's like, "I'm so glad to see you guys." He's like, "Let me excuse my other friends." He says, "This is Anna and Piera, and they'll be back later if you want to dance with them." But yes, we get down to business tonight.
So is it possible? So as I picture like they're walking and there's this dance music, and in time with the dance music, I'm taking pictures of them. Like, got Anna, got the other one, just so we have them on file of what they look like and what their names are.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. He says, "So, you call Ryzen, you ask questions. I tell you, come see me, you come see me. What can Ryzen do for you?"
Is he drinking this at the Dr. Mitchell?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he always addresses Dr. Mitchell. That's his
Yeah,
main
that's
focus.
his. Yes.
Yes, completely.
So have we talked about how we want to address this with him? We have a sidebar here, as if
Sure, you
we've
can.
talked about this before we came in.
Yeah, I think
Are
we
we gonna
were
be
talking
direct
about
with
we were
him?
looking. Yeah, we were looking for some specific.
I say we
people.
are. I say
Yeah,
we
we're-
just be super direct with them.
because she's Byron. Remind us. Theoretically, she's not at odds with the folks that we are. Right, with the folks at Ring, right?
So she's somehow involved with the folks at Ring, because I mean the Hound was there, when
Yep.
she brought you guys out of your little situation along with your buddy, Siegfried, the headless guy, Microwave on aisle 7, so you would assume there's some kind of they can't be at odds or they be
Yeah.
you're not sure of the exact situation, but
Yeah, maybe don't tell them. Evan's vote would be don't mention that we're gonna introduce Tesla to the to the vampire, but mention we're looking for this. Was it a girl or a boy? I don't remember. Is it a boy? Male, female?
I don't recall. I think I assumed it was male, but I'm not sure that we knew.
Tesla. What?
it wasn't really identified. Tesla ran a lot.
Yes, I did.
Oh, nice.
I did.
So I got an idea. It's like this. Listen, Ryzen, we are here after the non-gender specific vampire that terrorized our friend, but we don't. We may.
Wait.
I'm kidding. I don't say that.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I don't say that.
sure
I
it
was
was
saying
male?
this is the preamble.
so
No,
what is your name to him was what?
Bruno? Mine?
No, Terry's, Dr.
I
Mitchell.
don't remember.
I don't remember either. His was kimchi, I remember.
I remember
Lily's was
kimchi.
Lucy. No, I don't know.
Kimchi.
Kimchi. That's me.
yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
the legacy.
Dr. Mary Titchell.
Mary
That's
Mitchell.
Mary Titchell.
Mary Titchell.
Titchell.
I don't know. It was probably something like Brianna.
Okay. Yes, Brianna asked question, not Bruno.
Fine. I just potty then. I wink.
Ryzen
I
do
wink at Dr.
favors
Mitchell.
for her.
Oh, this is so slimy. Okay. So I don't know exactly how to frame it. I guess say we had a talk with your boss, and I name her, and we're trying to do some work for her. We need to find someone who is like her, but not her.
Yes, no one like her.
Well, you know what I mean, about the thing that makes her special.
Ah, I think Ryzen know what you mean. You mean little finger? You think like a little nibbles? Why you want to find this person?
Because we
Party.
need them removed from the situation.
Ooh. Private party.
I would ask
Ryzen
you.
like private parties.
I lean in and just kind of pass my hand over his yellow vinyl pants or whatever. And why do you need these pants, huh?
Well, I mean, I don't need these pants.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't need answers, right? Then let's just party. Tell them what we need to know. The mistress.
Right. Well, so
I described the one that we're looking for as far as well as we can.
Oh.
It is a male or a female or a vampire or a werewolf. We're not sure what. But
I know this man, I think. I know this man. He's not easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Do
easy.
you know anything else about this person? A name or?
Name. He's like, I believe the man you look for. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, first off. I have some business with him before, but not in a while. His name is Costa.
Costa, like Kosta.
Costa, yes. Costa Vendraken.
Costa van Draken.
He is a
And what-
Ukrainian businessman.
And playing with my necklace. What kind of business is he in?
Hmm? Well, now he do all kind of things. He do like, arms dealing, drugs. I think he supplies something called Street Scarlet.
Oh.
He's got all kinds of stuff he into. Very, very bad man. Very.
Is he mafia?
Oh no. He KGB SVR.
Ooh.
Former Death Squad operative.
Interesting.
Well, maybe even current Death Squad operative.
I was going to ask how expired is that?
It's hard to say. Some say he work in shadows, do things behind doors.
What does he exactly? How did he do the Death Squad? Was he a shooter?
Well, I mean, he killed people. I don't really know exactly. They find them in all kinds of ways. Some very scary. One even believe he skinned a guy alive.
Goodness.
Yes, he very dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Indeed.
I definitely not go alone.
We're not alone. We travel, all of us. Huh?
That may not be enough.
You
Very
come with-
difficult for you to get close to Costa. He does not travel alone.
You come with us then, huh? Be party.
Maybe.
Mary Titcher would love.
Guys, I have to go.
Brianna.
I have to go mute for a second. Okay.
She's gonna go vomit.
Sorry, I have to mute myself.
Yes.
Where was
Yeah,
the
she's got
last
a vomit.
place that you saw Vindokken?
He goes to circle of parties like that Ryzen goes to sometimes.
Here in the city.
No. He's very, very tough to get to. He mostly when I see him in Odessa.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
But Ryzen know how to go to Odessa.
How to go to Odessa?
Yes, Ryzen take you there. Bring some of my guys to protect us.
I see. I see. It's very generous of you.
Well, I do favor for my boss too.
I see. Do we know who his boss is?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's her. That's the one
Yeah.
upstairs.
That's the, it's the
I wasn't
That's
clear
the
that was the
mistress.
case, but all right. Excellent. When do you think you could leave? You and your men.
Next party Saturday night.
Saturday night in Odessa.
Yes. Ryzen take plane. Fly us there.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Mistress Pathori have nice plane.
what
All black.
nationality is Von Dokken again? Is he Russian or Ukrainian or something else?
He's Ukrainian born, as far as I know.
And ethnically Ukrainian, not Russian.
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
He travels with a very scary woman, blonde.
And scary because she wears bright lipstick, or what's this exactly make scary about her?
Scary because she part of Costa's kid squad.
Oh,
Shit, okay.
Her name is Svetlana Kartov.
Schmegma what?
Svetlana.
Svetlana
balls.
Kartov.
Svetlana.
And
Schwarzkopf?
Johnny, you recognize the name immediately.
Okay. What do I remember?
She's a KGB assassin.
Oh, shit.
And is she like? So what work?
She's taken out former team members of yours.
Does she normally work hand to hand with knives, with guns, or all of the above?
She's a very up close and personal girl.
Okay, so she's a
Like,
Hello
I would
Kitty
feel
kind
bad
of girl.
for her.
I'm sorry.
Like Lily.
Yeah. Do I think Lily would be a match for her?
It's hard to say. You've lost some good agents. It depends on how much you really put in Lily's. I mean, you know, Lily went hand to hand with a 1,400-year-old Romanian vampire. So
So we
Gotta
think
have a hobby.
Svetlana is a talented normal, but not as vampire. But her lover, Kosta Van Dokken, is.
so you believe.
You know, how certain, may I ask, are you that he is the, how should I put it, the leader, as you said? You know, that bunny rabbit habit that they seem to have. Are you sure that he is the source of their blood?
I think so.
Do you happen to know who sired him?
No, not exactly. I believe his sire is Malina.
Melina. And I apologize. Do we know Melina? I can't remember.
No, you never heard that name before.
I clicked twice on your microphone, asking anyone if that basically saying, "Do anyone know who Melina is? Does anyone know?"
Your ear microphone doesn't work up here.
Your microphone.
Oh, that's right. Nothing works at all. Okay.
oh yeah.
So Melina, and that's fascinating. You just happen to know the name. Do you know anything about her?
Ryzen knows everything. That's why you come to Ryzen.
Oh,
No.
excellent. So
We come
Melina,
to Ryzen
what's the story on her?
because
What
of-
line is she from?
I don't know exactly. Elsbeth knows her, but Elsbeth don't like her at all.
Good.
And my boss don't like her. I mean, I don't like her. I don't need to ask.
Have you ever seen Costa exhibiting dark gifts? Does he have celerity, or is he a amazing stoutness?
Yeah, it's like I know he's strong.
He's pretty fast.
Okay.
I never see his true form, but I hear it's not good.
What do you mean by true form? Do you have like some kind of like weird? Do they have like some kind of weird demon form or something?
I'm literally having flashbacks of that situation. I think that was Pardon, right, with the ghoul. In the
Right.
castle.
Yeah.
I'm still like somehow having flashbacks from that experience. I'm like, oh shit! If it's anything like that,
Right.
I know him for some time. I'm not very comfortable necessarily attacking him, but like it could be done. You must have safe hideaway. You attack him in Odessa, you must get out of country immediately. That's it. That is his circle.
Do you know if Melina is of the line of Dracul? We know that they exhibit special vulnerabilities. It might be helpful.
I'm not sure. I would assume so. That's why Elsbeth don't like her.
Interesting.
breaking my character for a second is Bruno. Does it bother you that you know all of this, and that the line of Dracul is the one that we've all got to worry about? Don't you lose sleep about that at night? Like, I'm kind of searching for his confidence that the mistress protects.
Ryzen is very protected here.
Is he? I glance up at the window and over at Lily and wink. Good to know.
I just nod. I'm like, all right, well.
Except Tesla's gonna murder Evan. He's like, stab him right there. Yeah.
I mean, way I figure it is we know about as much as we're gonna know. I guess we should get going.
We've got till Saturday.
Yeah, that's true.
It's probably like a Wednesday night.
Might as well get as much as we can from here.
Agreed. Are there any special weapons that you could recommend or that you have access to for this sort of job?
Ryzen can get you weapons. What kind of things you want? I can supply weapons.
I asked the team. Any requests?
Are there any rumors of his weaknesses or vulnerabilities?
Most people just leave him alone. But if you want to go that way, I definitely suggest bringing firepower. Because like I said, right, Costa not alone most of time. He goes to private party. There's a cult guy, runs party once a month in Odessa.
That makes sense. All right.
It's kind of like weird satanic cult bullshit.
Oh right, I love that. That's a good
Even
time.
more complicated.
But you
All
must
right.
have pass to get in.
Ooh.
It's not easy. It's in basement, a very secure building.
How does one get a pass or an
That's
invitation
easy.
to this party?
I am your pass.
Ryzen.
Well, that's simple. Well, I guess we go to a party.
But like I said, if you attempt to injure him, best have way to get away immediately.
Do you mean because we're not likely to injure him, and do you mean that everyone's going to be pissed when we kill him? Because have you met her? I point at Lily with her little
A little
hand.
bit of both.
Right.
I'm not sure that we know that we have planned what our interaction will be. We're still in the information gathering stage.
Jason, check Discord real quick.
I saw it. And So I'm thinking kind of Evan sort of when he points over notices that Lily's got something on her mind. He'll kind of slip over there and they'll have this sort of chat on the side. So, Ryzen, is there no way that we could... I kind of lean in. Could we speak to the mistress for a bit for some personal guidance? For those of us who have had a sip, if you know what I mean.
I knew it.
You can't take us back to the source and not expect anything.
Yes.
He says, I can see.
I lean in closely. Please. I promise, an eye for an eye, right? I wink at him. Thinking to myself, I don't know what I just said, but hopefully it works. Dr. Mitchell can parkour, so I'm not going to catch her.
For an eye for an eye. I'm just like, what?
I think you can help him get an in with Dr. Mitchell.
Just we two, right? We'll leave the weapons down here. We will. I need to see her face. I'm sure you understand.
I'm not letting you go up there unescorted.
I try. So I'm thinking maybe Dr. Mitchell's overheard this, and I kind of look over her shoulder. I'll have Lily with me, Doctor. I don't have a cold. What I have you can't fix.
Okay. I think this is all private, so.
Out of character. I'm
Kill
not.
Evan.
My character is not letting the two of them go up there to drink unsupervised.
Out of character,
What does,
I'm gonna stealth away.
There's no real way to stealth out of this
I-
place. Like they're like erased, those lights going on. Like they're all like right next to each other.
I mean, into the party.
I mean, you
Going
can go
down to get a
dance.
drink?
Yeah, you
They
could
have
say
no
you're
idea.
gonna go dance and stuff like that.
Go
Yeah,
get a
you can
drink?
do that.
Will you,
Okay,
Doctor?
so he says, I guess maybe I let her know someone wants to see her, and he kind of reaches underneath the table, and then puts his hand back up.
I pull Evan aside for a second and say, listen, I'm not going to interfere. I just don't trust her alone with the two of you.
Do you mean you don't trust the two of us alone with her, Doctor?
No,
Let's
I
just be
don't trust
honest.
her.
Don't stop with the hyperbole already, right? Like, I get it. I get it. You don't fucking trust me. Or Lily. But when have I ever let you down? Except for, well, okay, when recently, within the last, say, week or two, have I let you down? When have I ever let you down that it caused you bodily harm? Except
Evan.
for that. Except
Evan.
for the time. Okay, fine. The time in Gibraltar was different. I was
Listen,
I was totally high.
listen. I'm not criticizing. I'm not judging. But you have an addiction, and you are a slave to that addiction, and you're going to get your fix, and that's great.
You sound like my parole officer, for fuck's sake, Doctor. We're hunting vampires. And there's a vampire up there who can help us do it.
I reach out and just smack him upside the head.
Well,
I'm not
asked
trying to
you-
stop you. I'm just going with you.
I've asked you not to do that. I respectfully kind of touching her shoulders, not in a way that so she doesn't do the thing that she does where she throws me down and hurts me. I'm just
I've only
asking.
done that once.
I'm just asking that you let me make the most of a bargain that I made months ago. You're not welcome up there.
So you guys are trying to be quiet, but he's quite intrusive in his listening. And
We're all sitting there just staring up at you guys.
yeah, and he's kind of intrusive in his listening. He's used to trying to listen into conversations and stuff like that. And he says, he says, yeah, he says, I don't think it'd be good for you to go up there. Perhaps not now.
I think there's this moment where Evan just sort of snaps and looks at him with this sort of almost animalistic like fuck you look in his face. What did you say? Yellow pants? Kind of hand shaking. Seriously?
He kind of stands up and he just pushes his pink shirt, his pink jacket back a little bit, exposing his pecs, and he's just like, "Rise and say,
I check
you
him
not
out.
go upstairs. It's pretty simple."
I'm saying we are doing the mistress's work, and we need her help. We trusted
Yes,
her. We
but
took
I do
her.
favor for my friend, and my friend look upset.
Fuck. I smack my drink over and go dance. Damn it. Why ever do I ever question Dr. Mitchell? She planned this from the beginning. I go have a tantrum on the dance floor. That's what I do. And before I'm all the way, by the way, those are good yellow pants. I just fucking, damn it, I lose another one every time. Hopefully Lily cuts her head off and we get up there and I get a little snort of
Lily already left to go get
Shit.
a drink, dance.
shit. Well played, Dr. Terry
I'm just sitting there with Johnny, and I'm like, we're just falling apart over here.
Yes. Well, I can see that Evan's having a bit of an episode. This is not unexpected. Tell me, you said you could get us items. Could you possibly find us, say, 24 enhanced multi-purpose ETMP grenades set to defensive mode, but with the fragments of shards of killing metal made of silver?
That's not something you find.
You
That's
said
something
anything.
you have manufactured.
You said. And
I
you
said they can
said-
get you stuff. I did not say timeline. I can get you what you want. but
I simply
it's
asked
very
for
expensive. and
one small thing.
That's not one small
Already the
thing.
excuses come out. All right, fine.
It's
Say no.
multiple things, and they're not small. Well, they are small. but
That's that was very intense.
It's very specific.
Look, I will tell you right now that if I
These
walk over
items
that
are very
little
hard
girl,
to find.
it's not so hard to find. If I walk over to that little girl, I point at Lily and ask her.
I'm not
I'll bet
even
she
over
finds one in her man bag.
You try to look for Lily with your
I'm like, Ryzen, though, I have a question for you. So we go in there, we know where this party is. It's like, can you get us in there as you said you can get us in there as guests?
You come to party with Ryzen.
Yeah. What if we needed to get something big in there? Something like the size of, say, you ever seen the Ghostbusters? like a power pack, that size.
Hell yeah.
Well, pack.
Yeah, you know the Ghostbusters. You know,
Oh, you know, never cross the streams.
yes.
Oh, yeah, I know those guys. They're very funny. I like the one. He's good. Big marshmallow man walking around.
Yeah, I mean it's great. Great. movie.
Nothing like Sailor in New York.
But if we needed to get at least one thing that's about the size of one of the packs on their back, so the electricity gun, out of character, the electricity gun's about that size, right? More or less, or is it even bigger than that? About that size.
Ryzen can get it in.
All right. That would be the biggest thing we would need help with. Would you be able to...
Ryzen take gift.
like, oh, he wants a gift from me? Is he implying?
Ryzen take gift. Take gift to party for party men.
Oh.
Basic smuggling. Basic smuggling.
That makes sense.
I can tell you don't do this stuff very often.
I mean, every once in a while, it might be a little bit rusty. It's usually other people come up with that idea. All right.
Ryzen have secret party favor. He take.
Mm-hmm. And how many people like our mistress up there are going to be at the party other than him? Do we know?
Oh, I
They're gonna
don't
be-
know. Could be several.
Several.
They like these kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, several. That sounds troubling. Does he? And the last thing I would ask is about him. Does he have any particular taste in? How would I put it? Like, does he like a particular vintage? For example, like
How old's Dr.
women,
Mitchell?
men.
Hey.
It's one- Yep, you
Yeah,
know,
particular.
I wouldn't do these things if I didn't care about you, Evan.
things like I don't know the butt of virgins, like, and we can bring Evan along with us.
Oh.
You're assuming I've not had to sell my flesh to get a hit before. Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
Party.
are you? Does he have any particular tastes that you're aware of?
I don't know that much about him. I know he bad. I know I don't trust him. But Ryzen could make sure he there for
Okay.
sure.
Hmm.
Every now and then, guys, Ryzen knows do deals. I could set up deal with him. We have it there at party.
Okay. Okay.
We take our deal in, and inside our deal is your costume, our acting.
Could work. I mean, it's not going to help us if there's a whole bunch of them, but all right. Thanks.
Well, just because they all there don't mean they get along.
It's true. I mean, maybe they'll capitalize on something. So,
Hmm.
I'm gonna
What-
bump into Evan on the dance floor.
boom, 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 boom.
We get
Yes.
upstairs.
What the fuck? So, I think Dr. Mitchell has spoiled it for us. Because I think that, Ryzen is completely obsessed with her. What we've got to do is either get you a Dr. Mitchell costume or get Dr. Mitchell to have a taste of the mistress. Some dancing. Wait, I've got such a fucking wicked good idea.
I'm listening.
If I can get up there and get just a little squirt of the mistress, that sounds so wrong. Well, that's fine. If I could just get a squirt of the mistress, listen, hear me out. We mix it in because she loves a
To a
good sex.
drink?
She loves a good sex on the beach, and I don't mean that literally. I mean that mix it in. Dr. Mitchell, I'm so sorry. Here's a drink. Oh, Evan, I know. I just love you. You're such like a son to me. Or what? Gulp. Same
Gulp.
team. Same team. I've got this.
I mean, if we could both get up there.
Right. Or just if
I mean,
yeah.
you
Why
can
don't-
make a distraction. I could probably get up there.
I don't want to. Why don't we go? There's like the big guys guarding the stairway or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Byron, oh yeah, and they basically follow Ryzen's lead, right? Like they're not just connected to her. They're
You're not sure, but you would
We don't know
expect.
that.
all right.
Last time you were able to get up there before,
With
That's what I
Ryzen
thought.
distracted, you are absolutely right. Okay.
with him distracted, they can't know because he's over there.
Yeah.
So you can't comms to him.
So I'm thinking while all this.
Well,
is
you're
going
assuming
on-
his comms don't work.
All right, I'll dance up there. Are you coming? Are you coming with me? If she, well, but the thing is, what if she eats me or something, mate? Like, what if she?
Hey, I'll go with you.
All right,
She's more likely to take it if it's both of us.
right. Yeah, we approach the guards.
People are insane.
You have no idea.
All right, yeah, you approach the guards. Ivan is
We're gonna
over
be
there.
a party of 3 in a minute here, guys.
It's all right. I'll just control the music.
Very, very large guy that makes the guy out front look small.
Oh yeah, I bet he remember. He's the guy that almost pounded my skull in or something. It was,
He's like-
yeah.
Go.
Wait, we party? We party. We were partying with Ryzen, huh?
Rising over there.
All right. So I kind of lean in. we're actually here to see the mistress. I remember you and I talked before, and it got a little weird. But listen, we're on the same team here. I just need to see the mistress. Please. I mean no harm. You can search both of us, but not rectally. But otherwise, whatever, it's fine. I glance down at his hands when I say that, like, wow, big hands.
He says,
We have an offer for her.
let me think about it. He reaches over and he grabs the edge of the little little rope. He starts to take it off. He turns like he's about to let you up there. Then he puts it back on and goes, no.
She's not here. She's not here, is she? She's not here, is she? She said she valued us as helpers. Is she not going to help us? We are about to face death. So you're telling me that she would rather have someone like me, who has all the power of the internet at his hands, announcing her stupid plots, and the fact that she hides here in the dark, up there behind a fucking mirrored wall, and she won't even have a conversation with someone who tasted her blood? Really? What the fuck?
He kind of grabs you by your shirt. He's on your jacket. And he pulls you very close. He goes, no. And he puts it
Can
back.
we see any of this?
I mean, if you look over that way, you see it.
I'm wondering where they went.
Where the fuck did they go? You glance at the stairwell. Lo and behold, bottom of the stairway.
Johnny, I think you're going to have to rein him in. It's like remember what you said is that you were going to handle him.
Did I say this? I don't remember this.
You said that let me handle the addicts.
Well,
So you handle it. It's like so. Unless you want me to handle it.
look. Let me ask you a question, Tessa. Is Evan upstairs?
It's like I see him. It's like I see him spastically moving over there. It's like not yet, but he looks like he's trying real hard.
Oh, I have no doubt that he is trying extraordinarily hard. I mean, there's no question. But I do not think he's going to get up there. I mean, we just need to get Evan be Evan. I mean, that's just the way of things. He has a certain nature.
But you forget that, like, even that Evan's just like us. Like, I mean, he may be a computer jockey, but but when he wants something, that's what we all have in common. We all have an incredible will to get what we want, and no matter what. It's like I have no doubt he'll find a way in there if left to his own devices.
Well, you say he's just like us, but that's really not quite right. I mean, I know that you see closure, but you must understand that Evan's bipolar, and there's no way he's going to stay
I can't
sober.
hear you.
Me?
Evan.
So,
Shit, how do I work this D6 thing? Hang on a second. Let me get one out.
what's going on?
He asked for a notice roll. You guys are good.
It's like, oh yeah, I don't know if he's bipolar or
This is passive, so I can't
crazy.
spend or anything.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
right?
He's got issues. There's no question about it. And
5.
he's not getting upstairs. He can't overpower that tennis watching impaired bodyguard.
Yes, but the problem is that if he was addicted to something normal, like say crack, or,
Something natural and healthy.
then
Try crack.
Gluten-free clack. Yes, that's a good.
That's right.
Clack?
Clack.
Gluten-free clack?
Fat-free, gluten-free,
like
As long
crack,
as it's organic.
So-
organic.
organic, and
That's
no
just a
animal
label to make you
products.
feel better.
Grain fed.
It's vegan.
Vegan. Yeah.
Vegan crack. No, Tesla, I hear your what you're saying, but I mean, Evan simply wants his freedom of choice. That's what it is. He has to follow his North Star, and that North Star happens to be Red Scarlet.
His North Star just happens to be a horrendous.
It's going to kill him, and he dragged Lily into it with him. It's like Lily was fine before she met Evan.
Yes, that concerns me a bit more. Actually, I think that you're right. That's
Oh no.
Lily herself is unfortunately so dangerous that having her having a stronger and stronger connection with the vampires puts us in jeopardy. So I must agree with you on that, Tesla. Evan,
Yeah.
I mean, what's he going to do? Hack the internet for vampires? I mean,
I think
Just
there's
Google it. Where
I
to
think-
find a vampire near me?
I think there's this moment where you have torn my mesh shirt. And I straighten his lapel like, I am so sorry. But that's going to be you and I another time. And I walk down the stairs. I've got to have a shit. But I'm not.
I look at Tess like, and you realize it's time for Evan's shit.
I'm gonna approach the guard.
Is it 10:30 already?
Yep.
He's like, but
I have a offer for the mistress.
that's nice.
I would like to see it.
Yes, I understand.
Go
I
one
don't
thing.
think you do.
Sorry.
Can I make some sort of roll?
You can try.
Maybe chop the guard from
That's going to be
from
a
neck to crotch roll.
Who has the reassurance with
very, very
Lily?
I can't remember if it was me or you.
I don't think it was me. I've got Evan. I think I've got you.
Yeah.
Don't I have the reassurance with Lily that I?
Yes.
Isn't that where
Dr. Mitchell.
I show her funny pictures that I've I
Yeah.
Dr.
pictures of
Mitchell.
you guys and I put them through filters.
Lily has a very peculiar look in her eye that she gets from time to time. Would you mind going over to speak with her? She's by that big burly man who has, knoulders.
Nolders.
All right.
Nice. I've
I'm
never heard that
gonna
term
go
before.
over to Lily
I'm
and
gonna try to I'm gonna try to reassure him that she really wants to hear me out, and I'll spend all 3 points. I got a 9.
He probably does, but she is unavailable.
Please let me know when she is.
Yes. You take number. He points over at like this little ticket machine with a number on it.
I'll take one.
Number 300. It's number 375.
It's on number 1.
It's on like number 5. Number
It's on
6.
number 1.
Number 6 for the day.
So once I realized that's not really gonna work, I'll just kind of meander about into the crowd.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of meander about into the crowd. What is Johnny and Tesla doing? And
We were
Dr.
having that conversation about.
having a conversation.
About watching them.
The drinks are super good.
And, the one thing I'll say is like Johnny, it's probably time to wrap this whole thing up. We got what we needed here.
No, I don't doubt it. I mean, I think you're right. I think we have pretty much everything we need. Although I did think of asking this gentleman if he has perhaps a soluble colloidal silver IV solution for 6, but perhaps not.
Do we even know that silver works? I thought silver there was skepticism about whether it would even do anything.
What's the rule in that, Byron? What was our knowledge?
There was no evidence about silver at all.
Yeah, there was no evidence in
Yeah.
regards to silver.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit my earpiece and be like, "All right, everybody, time to pack it up."
There's
Does it
still,
work?
There's still no earpiece because we're in the
No, 'cause
building.
you guys are still up there.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch! All right.
So that's right, Tesla. Lily is a troublemaker, but we mustn't forsake her. That's just the way things are.
And it's like,
We
well,
got
I've known Lily for a while on a professional level, so let me go talk to her. Let's see if we can get. It's like you handle Evan, and then I'm sure Dr. Mitchell will have no problem about leaving here. So
Did Dr. Mitch ever reach Lily?
Yeah, she
Lily
can,
started walking away as
okay.
I was
But
approaching.
you could walk into her. You know where she was at, so you could
Yeah,
rendezvous with him.
Yeah, so I can I was heading towards her and she's walking away from The big,
Not
the,
really
the
realizing
Goldberg
you're
guy.
coming to me.
You don't realize that I'm coming?
Probably wouldn't be paying attention to you. I'd
No.
probably notice you, but not be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" You
No,
know?
yeah. So I just go up
Oh,
and
oh.
as I approach you, you're turning away from him, and I'm just gonna like show you some of these filtered pictures of like Ryzen and Evan that I've put through some stupid thing to make them look like, you know, Hello Kitty in their ridiculous outfits, some mashup like that.
Those
Just
are
to distract
truly
you.
horrifying.
I know, right?
Absolutely. Okay.
So,
Byron.
just
Oh,
a
sorry,
bonding thing, trying to distract her. That's all.
Okay. What would you say, Don?
I was going to say, you said these drinks are really good.
Mhm.
When you say they're really good, you mean that they're purely taste like alcohol. Johnny,
Oh, actually, good drinks don't taste like alcohol.
I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like that's true.
That's true. A good drink doesn't taste like alcohol.
I have no disagree with you.
That peach thing that you make at
Those
Applebee's
peach
is one of
schnapps.
those.
I didn't say it was good.
Is my
But
drink?
no,
I was drinking gin. My drink's absolutely clear, correct?
yeah, it's probably one of the best gin and tonics you've ever had.
I hold it up to the light for a moment. Gin
Completely
effervesces under light, like in the
Yeah, there's ultraviolet light in here.
Yeah.
You know, in the club, it definitely effervesces.
if we're fluorescents, forgive me.
Yeah, fluorescence for sure.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any. No one slipped me a vampire Mickey, or like
Yeah, she's just there like.
No, not whatsoever.
she's got like an udder tap.
that's right,
So gross.
dude. Let's go get something. All right, Johnny will finish his drink. I thank my host, and then I'll walk to the floor and see about collecting the rest of them. Evan, if you're ready. Tesla, I'm sorry. Tesla, if you're
So
ready.
you're looking around
Evan's
and
gone.
you don't see Evan. However,
Oh,
while
shit.
that's happening, we can go over to Evan for a minute.
Yeah.
So Evan, you go to the restrooms to relieve yourself.
So I shed the disorganized whatever, right? Like I get that I'm still kind of iffy and probably in withdrawals because I haven't had my hit, but I'm not nearly as vacant as they think I am. So I just kind of look around, disappear. I try to catch up to her. Do I? Does she go? What? Does she go in a restroom?
So the club is really, really busy.
Yeah.
And as you get over there, it takes you a moment to weave that direction, but you're able to move through the crowds relatively easily because that's your skill set, you know. And you get over there, and it looks like the hallway is like dark, and like the light kind of like flickers a little bit. But this is like barren. There's nobody in this hallway whatsoever.
All right.
And as you walk into the hallway to walk to the restroom, you kind of think about it for a moment. You're like, kind of question maybe this is the way to the restroom, but you can see the little restroom sign, like points this direction. And as you turn around and glance at the restroom sign, and then you turn forward, as you're turning your head forward, you see a large man step in front of the hallway, facing away from you.
Okay. And where's the lady exactly that I was following?
And she went down this hall.
Fuck.
So it goes down this hall, and then there's a hallway that leads to the right, and then there's another hallway that leads to the right.
He doesn't notice me,
Not too far from it.
right? He doesn't.
Sorry?
Does he notice me?
You're not sure. He's not looking at you whatsoever. When you went into the hallway, he stood in front of the hallway, facing the other direction,
I'll put my
like where you came from.
So we're in a club. I'd have my silencer on just in case, right? Like just to state that. But I'd put my hand on my sidearm of my jacket, and I'm gonna kind of, or mesh shirt. No, probably in my pants or something. But I'm gonna stalk behind him and try to not be noticed, if that's possible.
No,
I'm
like
just-
so you go in the hallway, and
Yep.
he steps where you came from,
Oh.
facing away from you, like he's blocking anyone else
Oh,
from coming.
okay, I get it now. Okay, so that sucks. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I get my sidearm ready, and I'm gonna.
Look at my sidearm.
I'm not gonna talk to that guy. I move on. I move forward.
Yeah, you move forward, and like I said, the light's kind of like flickering, like a weird. It's almost like for a brief moment, it feels like the light is flickering at the same rate as like the music. You can hear the music, but then it's very, very quiet, almost like you don't even hear the music anymore. Dan's like,
Dan, what the fuck? So I just keep walking. I look so like
yeah. You're walking and you see you could see the glowing sign that says men's room to the right. And you get to the end and you kind of turn, and standing in the hallway, you can see the white of her skin, her long blonde flowing hair. And she's kind of has one leg up on the wall with her back against the wall, and she says,
"Hi." Oh, fuck. Whose boss does this? I think to myself, I don't know.
She says, "You are very persistent."
I just approach. I don't make eye contact. I'm very nervous, right? So he walks and he kind of tries not to look at her awesomeness. He just sort of looks toward the floor, keeping some cognizance of what's going on behind him. Like if the big dude's approaching, he might catch a bullet to the face.
Sure.
All right, Mistress, I know I'm out of line here because, like,
please, call me Elspeth.
Right. So, Mistress Elsbeth, listen, and as I've gotten close enough that I can kind of, I don't look her in the eye, but I've never much had family, but we share blood, and those people back there are about to, they're about to charge into some shit that they don't understand, and I've come to you humbly to ask one favor. Just one. You tell me how to keep my friends alive, and I will serve you until the day I die. And we both know that that might be a long fucking time from now. I kneel down. I've heard the most ridiculous shit come out of my friend Tesla's mouth, and half the time it works, but the other half, well, that's probably right now. And I will not let him die to the same fucking vampiric pile of shit that killed his partner. That's why we're here, right? So please, just please, I beg you.
It's like, Evan, I'm going to need something from you.
Ugh.
Anything. You just can't let them
what
die.
You think.
Oh, I got that. I stand up. What do you mean? Huh?
He says, I'm going to need you to give something up. Something precious to you.
I don't have anything more precious than these people. And then
Yes,
I think there's this moment where we lock eyes and I realize what she's talking about.
Yes, you do.
I can't do that. I won't do that.
But you can. You can.
Mistress, I can't. That's the only
Evan
reason.
said he went to go take a shit.
It's the only reason I'm still alive.
No, it's not. Because I need what you bought at the bar. Her hand comes out, kind of, she goes, the packet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my. Literally, he just has an Evan moment. I thought you were talking about my kid. Oh, I give her
I
back
told
her.
you something you would not think of.
I give her back her. But did you realize that I'm almost broken without this? The only time that I've been more fulfilled is when I tasted of you. But I'm told by Johnny that that's a bad. Kind of checking her out, like that's a bad thing.
Because exactly, we don't need this anymore. As she kind of crumbles it into ash in her hand,
That
and
was
she takes
$300.
she takes her finger and just slices her wrist just a little bit, and she goes, "There are much more things to be desired in the world." And she just puts her wrist up to your mouth.
So I
We
I
realize
take
now that
her wrist.
he's
I
gone
take her
too
wrist.
long, or
No, it hasn't been that long.
So I take her wrist and I look her in the
eye.
eyes and I say, "You promise me,
oh, let the man have some peace.
no matter what happens, you will not let them die."
You will not let them die.
Oh shit!
I drink. I do. I do. Absolutely
It's fucking good.
Mm.
It's really, really good.
Mm.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna need you to
No, come on,
probably
Byron,
make
you
some sort of roll.
What? Okay, how about a roll on over to
So
the
good,
fridge?
you're probably gonna have to make a roll.
Okay. So good.
Why don't we make a health roll?
How do I do that?
What is your health?
I don't know.
I don't know. We're gonna figure it out.
No, I'm gonna look at the black book because that's where I keep my shit, ladies and
Nah,
gentlemen.
I don't think that's gonna tell you much, but other than what your health score is.
Oh shit! All right. So health. I have the paper character sheet here too, but the black book is what I've used. So health is where on the sheet because it's. Oh wait, no. Okay, okay.
It's on the right.
I've not taken any kind of wounds or anything.
Yeah.
Not recently.
Right, so I guess it would be like 8 or something is what's shaded in here.
Okay.
All right. So what am I supposed to do? I got to roll below that or what? You tell me. I'm gonna roll a d6.
So give me a d6 roll.
So I rolled a 4. Is that bad?
Okay.
Is
So
that
you
bad?
could spend health points just like every other roll.
You could, but you don't want to.
Hey,
Leave
All
it.
right. Okay. So this is target number 4.
Yeah.
Target. Okay. Got it.
So it's freaking euphoric. Better than the first time you ever tasted Street Scarlet.
Yeah.
Like way, way better.
So I think
And-
kind of he pulls away with her blood kind of on his lips. We will take him down together. But if it's going to work, they have to live. Because they've got one thing you don't. Tesla. And then I slurp some more.
Yeah. And she kind of leans forward and she goes, Asta is just the bait.
I wasn't referring to him. I was referring to the big D. I smile with her blood on my teeth.
That's the name of this episode.
The big D.
I was referring to the big D. Written down, understood. Yeah. Okay.
And so, yeah. So I'll reach out to you because there are some things that will
That's
change for you a little
terrible. Great. Okay. So is this moment where I think we part ways, and I think Evan, obviously, she's just like, what a tool. I've done this a million times, but Evan's in love, I think. You know, and so super high and euphoric, but also. Somewhere he realizes like, oh shit, I'm gonna haul ass into the men's room and just go sit in a stall and enjoy it, because I do remember saying in front of Lily, who never forgets anything, I'm gonna go I'm gonna have a shit. So
bit. Yeah.
I'm sitting there just like
All right.
tweaking my nipples or whatever one does when you're high on vampire. Yeah.
I'm
So
just gonna go.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you go and you do that. You
Tara's
you
like, why
extricate
am I here?
yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not too long, and Johnny
Okay.
comes knocking on the door. Johnny comes knocking on the door. It's like, you in here?
Just this moment where literally,
Evan,
I-
how's
I-
that big D coming?
I literally, there's no way she heard that. He didn't hear that, did he?
No.
No, it's a
doesn't say-
coincidence. I'm just saying, a big
No.
dump.
No, so, oh my God. So I, this is the moment where I flick the water with 2 fingers to make it be bloop. Oh. Right. All that cheese, Johnny. Hey, how's it going out there? Jeez, poor big D.
He hasn't eaten in 20 sessions. What is he talking about?
How's it going out there? Anyway. Yeah, I you know, do the toilet paper rolling
Has
thing.
Evan bothered in his junky passion to wipe the blood off his face?
Yeah, that's what I've learned.
Hang on.
So actually, there's none there.
Oh shit, I was gonna say I rolled a 1, so no.
He subconsciously licked it all off his face. He's out. It's like just every drop. All right, Evan, are you all right?
I'm thinking right then the door opens and he's just like, Johnny, I'd have a shit. I'm fine. Can I wash my hands?
Do I believe him?
I mean,
I don't think you have a reason to disbelieve him.
I'm
honestly.
just asking.
I told
Byron,
you he
like,
was going to take
Really?
a shit.
Johnny's a little bit of a human lie detector, but of course Evan's like a human liar.
He's
so-
a human lie.
so when you were getting ready to walk in the hallway, there was a very large guy over here also. Kind of reminds you of Ivan, and on his shoulder was a white dove.
Did
That's
I
what
see that? I
Just
didn't
like a
see
As
little
he walked away,
Oh, that's amazing.
as a white dove on his shoulder.
which is kind of strange.
Do I know about that she can change form or anything like that?
I mean, you probably have theories.
Does the bird give me the eye?
Bird doesn't look at you. Neither does
Okay.
he. He just walks
All right,
away.
I'll act nonchalant as I go into the restroom. So I know that there's a guard by the door, and
No, he's not by the
Evan-
door. He's walking away from the hallway at the time.
Okay.
and Evan is as flitchy as ever. I mean, Evan's constantly lying about everything anyway, so who can tell when he's lying now? But all right, I thought I'd ask. All right, I can't tell he's lying, so okay. All right, Evan, very well. I'm glad it all worked out for you. Let's
The
go.
head switched on what you call it. Did that change the screen?
So
No, we're good.
you were in the bathroom for a real long time.
What the fuck are you talking? Wait, suddenly it's just Tesla like materialized. He comes walking in the door. Sound like washing my hands.
Tesla, he's a grown man. He can take care of his own bowels. Now let's go.
Where Dr. Mitchell and Lily? Are they all right?
I'm like, wait, give me a second. Hold out your hand. Just humor me.
All right. I hold out my hands.
I'm
We're covered in soap and partially, right? He's like there with the soap dispenser that you plep, plep, plep.
Tesla, what are you doing?
You have
Oh
that balmy cold feeling from like when you just washed your hands.
It's like, so who'd you buy it from? Your hand's not shaking.
What the fuck? What are you talking about right now? I didn't buy anything from anyone.
So is he not? Does he not have DTs?
Does
probably-
not have what?
DTs. He's not shaking from lack of red scarlet.
He's
Oh,
probably
no, he's not shaking at all. He's probably the most stable you've seen him
ago,
ever.
he was practically clawing his own eyes out trying to get up there. How would he
I
be
can
even
see
now?
his usual stuff, and I'm like, so who sold it to you in the bathroom?
No one in the fucking bathroom, Tesla. Is this a conversation that we really need to have right now, or do we need to kill your vampire?
Tesla, allow the man some space. We all know that Evan has his passions.
We've all got our vices and our motivations, don't we? And it seems to me that we're chasing yours right now. So instead of condemning me because I've got a little bit of a substance problem, maybe you should have some fucking respect and realize we're trying to kill your vampire.
Oscar,
Maybe
sorry.
you should let me dry my hands. I go to dry my hands.
I just say, I actually almost kind of look sad when I say this though. I'm like, honestly, it's probably better if you're on it. You're more focused. As much as I hate to admit it.
I walk back over to Tesla with semi-dry hands, like the ones that are still awkwardly clammy. You don't want to shake anyone's hands, but I kind of pat him on the chest. What I do for us. Never fucking forget that. And I just walk out of the bathroom.
Yeah, Johnny's already exited.
No.
And so
It's
I
a good
walk
time to take a
faster because
5-minute
I know
break.
Johnny's out there. He'll
Yeah,
protect me.
yes, it's probably. Yeah, I need to get another. I need to get an actual drink after that exchange. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's like it's like Jason's Emmy moment right there. But
This was your night.
it was like when Johnny went on that tirade. I was like, whoa! where's
Tesla's
this
always the
coming?
anchor, though. He's always got that little, like, hey, let me see your hands. I'm like, what? Like, that was amazing. Thank you for that, Brett. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, momentary break.
All right.
So
Damn you,
the,
Jason.
I love so Byron's got the green screen. So when he moves slightly away, he literally
have
just
a
like
green
blinks
screen
into
at
another
all.
reality. No,
He
it's
doesn't
just
have a
okay.
green screen at all.
Okay,
That's just on the background.
the background.
God damn you, Jason.
What?
You word for word did exactly what I was going to do.
How's that
I
possible?
cannot make that up.
How is that even possible?
I
really.
I was going for the same reason.
She'll give
With
you a
the
sip
same
too.
motive.
If you just have to go to the girls' room now, we'll play that.
I was going for the same motive.
Yeah, that's how we do.
Solely based off the last two experiences Lily had with vampires. I almost died to the one, and I just got possessed. Like,
See, yeah, you recognize it's sort of like to go against the path. That's sort of what Evan's thinking is he's watching.
That's what I said.
us.
Like you just did the exact. Like you went down the
Yeah.
exact path I was going for.
Yeah.
I said, "God damn you!"
Like every idea that we've had so far doesn't end well for us, despite like. And I'm just thinking like, to Evan, Tesla is like the epitome of like technical genius, and his ideas kind of work against the bad vampire things. The only way we're gonna fight him is to have their power.
God damn you!
Right?
Why do we have the same fucking thought?
Dude, go
So-
have a sip. Go get a Slurpee real quick.
He's not gonna let both of us have a fucking Slurpee.
She'll
like,
give you- dude, she'll
7-Eleven
give you-
closed after you got yours, dickhead.
Dude, she'll give you a 60. She'll give you a 64 ounce. It's fine. Yeah.
60.
The good news is Evan no longer has any cravings for Street Scarlet whatsoever.
Bad news.
The bad news
But he still loves cocaine
is,
for different reasons. Coming from someone like it's funny because I'm not that dude. I love playing this guy because I would never dream of just being like, oh, let me snort that. I do drink a lot of wine, but shit. How do I turn Lily into a semi-vampire or whatever? It's like
you're assuming she's not already.
That's the only way Evan's going to make it out past Tesla alive. There's going to be this moment where Tesla is going to have like the almost death blow, and then fucking Dr. Mitchell is going to appear out of nowhere and be like, yeah, and just be like, and finish the kill. Thorg, thank you for joining, man.
Yeah,
This is
it's
twisted.
true.
Yeah. So twisted. So Byron, am I a vampire now? Can I do something cool? Like can Evan start sleeping in coffins at the Hojo or wherever we stay?
I mean, you can do that, but I mean,
Yeah. That's what I picture. Like what is it? What we do in the shadows or whatever, that show. But like he's totally not a vampire, but he's that creepy, stupid. He starts wearing a cape or something, and
nice.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
It's like he wants to protect the only people that matter to him, except for his kid, which I think he just. So he assumes that she knew about his kid, which is like,
Yeah, I don't know.
right? And now she does, and this is like for me, I'm gonna not sleep tonight because I'm like, damn it, I just told and the vampire's like, oh, good to know. One child, You see what he said? Thorg says it's a party of people from A Beautiful Mind. Only if they had babies with a cast of people from Sesame Street. It's so twisted.
You know, when we get into this, I love how Tesla has this like passionate fight with Evan and keeps trying to pull me into a menage a trois. I'm like, I got no go to this fight. What the hell?
You're supposed to be Papa Johnny. You gotta keep it.
Where's your pizza business?
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa Johnny's pizza.
Johnny.
Handle us, Johnny. Why don't you?
Oh, what do you think I've been doing, big boy? That's the thing. He's like, you know, Tesla always
Failing.
wants Johnny to be lawful good, but Johnny's like more like lawful neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Lily's
got
like
the
chaotic
angle
evil.
though. You give him a rope, right? You give him a rope. I like that. I like that approach. It's very Johnny-esque.
It's like Johnny knows that to get rid of evil, sometimes you have to do evil.
Yeah, I'm about to do some evil.
Why do you think
apparently.
Lily's here?
I know Tesla has no problem with Lily, like the serial killer, but
Mhm.
Evan tries to get a little Scarlet, you know, Street Scarlet, and suddenly the world's going to end. No, I'm just teasing. I get it. I'm just playing.
It's like let's all get ourselves some Street Scarlet.
Actually, that whole inter-party stress has been the fire has lit a few matches in this whole role-playing game. I think
I
It's
guess
like,
it has.
There's the
you
big
really
D
stirred up
again.
that.
We got the big D. Oh, jeez. Sorry.
That's good.
All right. So yeah, so you guys have that conversation, so forth. Ryzen said he can get you to Odessa on Saturday and into the party.
And what do you say about the security? Like, are we going to be able to get in there with stuff? I mean, basically, or I guess we have to figure
He
out a
said
way
he'll
to
get shit in there. So basically, to kind of like off screen, kind of go through some of that. So
Yeah.
what Ryzen does is he has basically a big military Pelican case, kind of, and it's a refrigerated case, and in the top of it, he brings 8 liters of blood, or 8 pints of blood in a refrigerated area, but it has a false bottom. And so he pulls the false bottom out, and you guys can put items in there.
Excellent.
And he said his guys will carry it in.
Right. Can we try to do a little research on Maliva or Melina and see if she is a descendant of Big D?
You don't really find a lot of information about her at all.
Okay.
It's kind of like almost an absence of information.
So we could pack magnetic
Before.
weapons, but we're not sure they're going to work. I can do it in character. Perhaps we should bring some.
Well, you do know that the guy that affected or killed Tesla's partner was a Linnea Dracula vampire.
Yes, we need to try to take
And-
him alive.
And you do know that that stuff supposedly works on the Linnea Dracula line.
Is Costa the same vampire who killed Tesla's partner?
That's what Ryzen said.
That's what
Ryan
Ryzen
is saying, yeah.
Okay. And how do we know that Tesla, your partner, was killed by a vampire who's of the Dracula line?
I saw the kid do it. Is one thing, but I don't know about the Dracula part. I don't know anything about that.
So, Byron, we just know it, or do we know anything? How do we know
That was
it?
kind of what some information you had gotten from the Hound through
Okay.
Ring and also through Ryzen.
Well, this is an opportunity for us then to test these magnetic weapons. In fact, in theory, we could use some wide area affecting weapons, and no one else will be touched in any way. We could perhaps paralyze the individual and call him out, should his appearance be somehow masked, although I doubt that. Do we know exactly what Costa looks like? Do we
No.
have photos? Oh, we don't have any photos? Evan, can you go on and see if you can find images of
can.
Costa, Odessa, and if possible, Melina?
You know there was no pictures of Costa.
Damn it, Evan, try harder!
I've searched the whole fucking internet, including like places that you would never think to go, Johnny, because, you know, that
Like-
Can
might
we have a
be-
sketch art? Can we bring in a sketch artist?
Yeah. Why does that look like Cubert? No, there's nothing. No public records, no private records, no nothing, no hint,
Yeah.
nothing.
For both Costa and, well, I mean, you could assume that, you know, being part of the KGB hit squad and stuff like that. If
Right.
if there were records to be had, Johnny would have access to them.
Yeah.
So
It's
we're
like
dealing
trying to
with.
find stuff about Lily.
So I think there's this
So-
like sarcastic, like I would give Johnny back, like, yeah, there's this one, because names are names, right? And I'd be like, she's a grandmother of 14 children. She died 16 years ago. Johnny, there's no one out there on the internet or otherwise. It's a cover or protected identity.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
Well, then perhaps using the magnetic field is the only way we'll know who Costa actually is. Draw him out of the crowd.
Well, Ryzen said he'd introduce you to him.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, did he say we introduced us?
Should you say, hey, Ryzen, which one's Costa?
Yeah. Is this? By the way, is this Costa's party, or he's just attending it?
He just attends it.
I want to. It's like I want to see him. I want to make sure it's him anyway.
All right. So
Are
what?
you sure he's not going to recognize you?
Yeah,
I know that.
Unless he turns and is fleeing as fast as he can, he won't recognize him.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a car and I was wearing tactical gear and stuff. I mean,
Driving 60 miles an hour the opposite direction.
yeah,
I recognize the back
Like,
of that head.
you're like, oh, I recognize the back of that Mercedes with the roof on.
Those
if it makes you feel better, it was about like 12 years ago, so that might make a difference.
And it was at night.
It was back when you had the faux hawk.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have hair back then.
I'm the one who reassures Tesla, correct?
Yeah, I know.
All right, Johnny will prep and be ready to reassure Tesla in advance when he sees the person who killed his partner, with the expectation that it might might cause him some psychic trouble.
Yeah.
That way. All right, so break it down. What exactly are our armaments? Tactically, what is our plan once we're inside?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
So the basic breakdown is we have our electrocution device, which is one thing. We were talking about creating some miniature devices that create some kind of localized electric shock. I don't know if I managed to do that, Byron.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Some miniaturized devices that create an electric shock, almost like grenades. Like they put out.
You probably have some like mini EMP, like by crossing like a stun gun and some more advanced materials.
I mean, presumably, hopefully, I was able to work with that gentleman we met and try to get the frequency right. I don't know much about that sort of thing in real life, so. So we're going to use that to take him, hopefully take him down. What was the other things you were talking about? There was the talking about basically you making a staking machine, but or the equivalent of like a rivet gun that you can stake the shit out of him, and then hopefully it'll keep him down, and then we can just drag him out.
Well, that's something too. Does the case that carries the blood and our weapons, is there space in there to like refrigerate a vampire?
I mean, yeah, maybe. Depending on how much you fold him.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even need to refrigerate them. We just toss them into a we lock them up into a nice little case. We stake them. So I mean, the problem is getting out of that party once it started.
So Brent,
well, his last name is Vindokken, so he might be Swedish. So I think IKEA applies.
Yeah, seriously, just tell him to put together a piece of fucking IKEA furniture. He'll be in prison for life. So there was we had a containment cage, dart gun and syringes, garlic bear mace, like all that kind of those tropes. Like the containment cage, Tesla, was something you were working on, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to have it in the back of a van, or
I don't know.
This containment cage at?
I don't know.
I mean, a crate the size, like a dog crate made of steel.
Yeah.
What about our I'm sorry. Did you say more, Dr. Mitchell?
I'm done. I was done. I was just saying something the size of a dog crate could.
I'm not sure. Honestly, that seems like it would be. I mean, we could always have like something that's like buy something like a safe and toss them into it.
Well, as I was going to ask when Dr. Mitchell too. Forgive me. Our friends at the Circle, they said that if we were to get him into the cage, right, they could haul him off. So I take it. I'll talk to the group first, but I assume we're going to let them know about our plans, obviously, if we plan to have them extract him. If I'm correct in that, does anyone disagree? Or all right. So, Byron, who is our primary contact? The Hound, or who do we talk to?
You were talking to the Hound, yeah.
All right. So, talk to the Hound.
Kitty.
Our plan is to
it's putting its butt on Brent's head.
This vampire, who we believe to be a descendant of Dracul, in Odessa. We'll have him in this cage, approximately at this time in this location. Are you prepared to fly him out, bring him back to a safe place for observation, per our agreement?
Because I have a site we could take him to.
It's not on a drilling platform in the middle of the Atlantic, is it?
No. He says we have a black site that is set up. It's like the oil platform.
And where is it located?
In the Pacific.
Warsaw,
duh.
Poland.
Ooh. All right.
Is there time for us to have a quick look at the facility?
No. She said, but I can. She's like, it's 17 hours by train.
Is that how you plan to transport him from Odessa?
I'm not worried once we got him. Once we got him, as far as I care, Dr. Mitchell can literally just drain all of the blood out of him.
Wow, that's gross.
You can do that, right?
She says they have 3 cars already on a train in Odessa.
We could drain all the blood out of him and have like a twisty straw that goes into Evan's mouth.
I try not to seem like that's a great idea, right? Like, like when you're trying to lose weight and one of your kids is like, "Let's go to Twisty Treat," and you're like, "Shut up, Tesla." That's mean. That's just mean.
So Odessa to Warsaw is approximately 23 hours by train.
Yep. They have a faster track to get there at 17.
I think we trust them.
It's a private military line.
I take Tesla aside, just one-on-one. I say, Tesla, do you really think it's a good idea to sanguinate a vampire in front of Evan and Lily?
Well, about that, I mean, we know that blood is their fuel, so and presumably taking away almost all their blood is not going to kill them because they're already dead. I suppose they're the undead.
Yes, yes.
So as long as they're not going to freak out and jump at a blood bag that's hanging there, then I mean, you can ask them. Just be like, "Hey, are you guys gonna freak out?"
Wait. Are you suggesting that Evan will not jump at a bag of blood, vampire blood?
I hope
Or
not.
try to steal one?
What if? So Evan's got an idea, Johnny.
Well, this was us. I'm sorry, it was side.
Oh, you were on the
you
side
guys.
there, man.
Okay.
Evan.
Yeah. All right.
No.
Are we done, Tesla? I mean, are you really wanting to sanguinate him? Is that what you're
Yeah,
planning?
I like the idea of it. Do you guys hate the idea, or?
All right. Well, we'll go back to the group
I'm
discussion.
not
So,
involved.
Johnny took him aside just about the whole addiction thing.
What does Dr. Mitchell think about all this?
What are we trying to accomplish by training this vamp and storing his blood?
Tesla.
I'm trying to think. Where could we put it?
Well, what she's asking, what will that accomplish? It basically will immobilize the vampire.
Make him weaker. Guarantee that he won't be active.
But why? So why would we want to save it? Other than as like little kitty treats for Evan and Lily.
Oh, save the blood, you mean?
We would just simply we wouldn't save it. We'd just get rid of it or flush it down a drain, or I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Set it on fire. I don't know what we can do with it.
Are you?
We can just dispose of it somehow.
Are you losing confidence in your engineering abilities? Is that what I'm hearing? You're not able to build the cage that you committed to build so many weeks ago? Is that not ready for our use?
I only have so much time to do things. We had to go to talk to Rob.
Yes, and by my calculations, my friend, you're roughly 1 week beyond what we agreed you would have built the cage. So does the cage work or not? If it does, we put the fucking vampire in it and we take it back to Ring like we were asked to do, right?
I'm just saying we should hedge our bets even more. A cage is not a problem,
Fascinating.
It's just
Tesla wants to do sanguinate the vampire, but Evan doesn't.
that
is very strange.
that is odd.
What you've told me, Johnny, is that we're supposed to stick to the mission. And we spend so much time talking about all of the peripheral shit that we miss the point. We're supposed to bring back a vampire that they can study. If we suck its blood out of its ass and put it in a bag, what if we kill it? We've done nothing more.
Johnny studies Evan very carefully to better understand his tells when he's lying.
So me
I
too.
love the new Evan.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right, now I know exactly what Evan looks like when he's lying.
Evan is uniquely focused.
We've been
Yeah,
asked
this
to
is not
capture
like
a vampire.
Evan, so I'm going to be paying attention too.
We've been asked to capture a vampire, and Tesla had a fantastic plan on how to do it.
We're going to.
Evan, may I for a moment? And Johnny reaches over to your wrist. Evan, do you have no desire to drink this vampire's blood?
What's wrong with you? No.
Does
I
his
don't.
pulse fluctuate at all?
No. Gross. I owe that fucking thing, like literally to the core. Evan needs to see the worst thing happen to that critter possible, because his loyalty
Mitchell?
first is to Tesla. For real.
Do you think you might do a thorough
This is bro.
workup on Evan?
Not again.
There's something different about Evan.
Did you say that? That hurts so bad. They say it won't hurt. It does. No. Not this time.
They say it does. It does.
Dr. Mitchell has
He's
her
finally
theory.
focused.
He's afraid of
and we're
needles.
having a problem with it.
I admit,
Right.
He's finally on task.
You've been trying to get him focused for 12 fucking months.
No, I'm just gonna take it at face value and be like, whatever's going right, Evan. You keep doing that.
Johnny puts his may I?
No.
And, oh, you won't let me touch your wrist?
Why?
It's just for a moment.
Okay.
Lily doesn't like to be touched.
Well, I'll look at her jugular. Lily, if we were to desanguinate ounce by ounce that vampire and have it,
If I were
let's
to
say,
stab you in the
launched-
rib cage and rip my sword through your throat.
What was that?
Okay. Sorry, it was just kind of I just want to see you get nervous.
If you were to see the ounce by ounce the vampire's blood before you, I watch. Does she seem excited by this? Like when I talk about the blood and the fresh Dracula blood being right in front of her.
I literally jump. So I'm like, ooh.
All right.
Not any more than ever before. No.
Johnny,
So
Johnny, we're not vampires. Not yet. Not just I'm staring him down, literally like we're here to
I'm glad to see how far our trust has fallen.
our job. Listen. I've followed you for years, and you've given us a mission, and that's to catch or something that this one. Tesla designed a cage, just like always. It's like watching a bad episode of the A-Team, except maybe we'll succeed. Point is, we're supposed to catch a vampire. We're not vampires. It's all right. I promise.
Well, I can't explain it, but it is useful. Very well, Evan. Dr. Mitchell, if you don't feel a medical examination is necessary, and if Evan seems very focused and completely immune to the desire to drink vampire blood, then all the better. Very well.
Look, Doctor, I see your face. Look, you want to examine me? As long as you keep the gloves off, if you know what I mean. Whatever. It's fine. It's
Not
fine.
to me. I was suggesting Dr. Mitchell, but I think Dr. Mitchell declined.
I have not rendered an opinion.
Would you? Okay.
At every subtle change in our behavior, we can go through these same lab tests every which way.
You mean while we hunt bloodthirsty
Literally
creatures
my
that control
job.
other people's minds?
Literally my job.
It's literally our job.
Are we hunting them or are we eating ourselves?
It's our job.
What is it? Are we after them or are we going to eat ourselves so that they don't have to fucking kill us, Johnny?
Look,
shit.
Evan, this is for your own good. This is not an attack. Dr. Mitchell, if you don't mind doing medical
That's
work,
exactly
I would
what it
suggest
is.
it.
It's
This
an
is
attack.
definitely a departure in Evan's behavior. I welcome it, but it's definitely a departure.
It is quite literally an attack. on our-
Now, Lily
Right,
seems
I-
like her normal self.
Oh my God. Evan, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. We'll talk about it. Johnny, can I talk to you in private?
I'm like, oh, also, guys, we probably need to talk about how we're going to actually electrocute this thing and get away with it.
Right, your cage.
Maybe we should bring like heavy weapons and blow away all the other vampires while we're electrocuting him.
So, didn't
Maybe
we...
you should cut it open and me and Evan will freak out about the blood and go get it.
I try not to laugh. Too far?
I'm sure you'll be all right.
Didn't you get the weird leaf blower thing from the Tin Man? Whatever that was. Thing. Didn't you get one of those?
Mhm.
Right, you just do that. And then we put it in a box that you built. This is what I talked about. If the story's changed, it's fine. You do the thing, we put them in the box, squirt it with garlic salt, and all this. I bought into that plan. I'll take pictures the whole time. I have it all on video for you.
Well, we can, and eventually I will go talk to Dr. Mitchell, but okay, so our plan then is that what armaments will each of us carry?
So I want the electric gun because I want to watch him suffer.
All right. We're going to need to have the cage nearby. Does the Hound agree to have the cage prepped in the van?
You know,
How long will we have, do we think, from the time that we electrocute the vampire? If we stake the vampire doesn't die as far as we know,
That's
right?
right.
Just immobilized.
They go
I'll
dormant.
deal with the lady assassin.
Very well. That's advised, Lily.
It's like you're good up close, right, Johnny? How about you? I electrocute him, you stake him. Once he's unconscious, then we evac him out. Lily chops up the assassin, and everyone else helps us shoot our way out, and we're good. There's also option number 2, and this is my favorite option. Okay, get this.
Nuclear bomb.
We know
Spoiler.
he's really strong, right? How about we just blow up the entire house with Ryzen in it? And we know that fucker's going to survive. We know that vampire kid's going to survive it somehow, right? He'll probably have some rubble on him. He'll probably be stunned. Then when he bursts out of it, we just electrocute him, and then we take him right there, and we're gone. We got rid of Ryzen. We don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah,
You know.
one of our contacts. That makes great sense, actually. Let's kill an ally.
Yeah, actually, I don't understand why we're trying to kill Ryzen.
And by the way, if you've not noticed, he is so sweet on Dr.
Convenient
Mitchell.
Collateral damage.
They are
Dr.
developing
Mitchell,
a relationship.
while you're at it, could you give us all a workup?
Could you just order me some sedatives?
This is the moment where Johnny realizes he's surrounded by a whole lot of mentally ill people. He's like, ah.
I'm like, all right. I knew you guys wouldn't like the blow up Ryzen plan. I mean, I really don't like that guy though.
Well, Tesla, it does sound effective, but I believe the Dr. Mitchell's correct that the decimation of innocents, including our ally, who is, by the way, the close personal GIMP assistant to Queen Vampire, whom if we kill will probably be pissed at us. It's probably not the best way to go about it.
And you forget this, though. He serves Dr. Mitchell first. I tried to get out in that room, and I thought I was very persuasive. And he one look from her, and he switched on me. And Lily, and she's fucking, look at her. She's terrifying. I picture her, she's there with her cute, little self. But I'm like,
Pigtails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can leverage, just as we have, Johnny, we can leverage. I'm trying not to make eye contact with Doc. We can, her.
Has Evan made any eye contact with me
Nope.
since we left the club?
Nope. Not one bit. No way.
I mean, Evan is acting different. I mean, I've never heard Evan turn down a drop of blood in my life.
Yeah, I think there would have been moments where, when he was talking seriously, Tara, about what his convictions, where he might have glanced at you, with severe, eye contact, but never in the moment. Just kind of general contact. No way, because you read him too well, and he knows it.
I've been trying hard to catch his eye, and then seeing if he avoids me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
all right, so
but I'd have to say, because you read him, it's not like a I'm lying to you avoidance, but it's almost like that.
That's shame avoidance.
There's shame. There is shame there for sure.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
like Lando is 100% his
yeah.
They got here before you did. Sorry about your shit.
Yeah. Whoops.
Okay.
I didn't
So
set you up at all, honest. Yeah.
sorry. So
lost Tyler's camera, but I don't know.
Yeah,
we lost Tyler's camera.
he's
Okay.
It's his camera. The boxes are so good.
he's pooping.
So
Oh.
I was going to ask a question about
Could be.
in-game. Is staking a hand-to-hand attack?
You could use hand to hand or weapons, whichever you're
And
better.
Okay.
the chest.
I would let you use either.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Johnny
That's good.
Johnny can then, he might be able to do the hand-to-hand staking. Normally, I would suggest Lily, if we have to make sure that, the stake goes in. But if it's hand-to-hand, Johnny can do that.
My concept around the staking device is very simple. So what it's going to be the equivalent of like driving a railroad spike into his chest with a hydraulic weapon.
That sucks.
So the question is that one of the bit of
Which one of us can hit like a hydraulic weapon?
does it have to be made of a certain material? So that's the biggest question. If it has to be made out of like that rose, what was it? Was it
Rosewood.
Rowan wood.
wood? Well, the problem is that their skin is extremely sturdy. So I was wondering if I could if I tip it with something like some kind of Teflon coating or something that would be able to provide it some armor piercing stuff, right? Drive it through his chest, right? And then the actual rowan wood would be occupying the space where his rotten, stinking, dirty heart is. And then it would work. I don't know if that works that way though. Oh, go ahead, Dr. Mitchell.
What if we had, how in the action flicks there are these mesh nets that you can throw on somebody, right? What if we had like a version of that was electromagnetized?
I think
That
it's
would
good.
That's kind of what the gun was that had. It was very similar.
That's
And so, do we get an answer to how long the vampire will be incapacitated after it hits by the net?
You're not exactly sure.
Well, from the hound, who's used it before. Normally.
She's never used it before.
Oh, I thought she used it on Lily.
No, the Tin Man used it.
That
on
just
Lily.
Oh,
interrupted the
yeah, that's-
possession, right? So that interrupted the possession, but we don't know what it would do on like a vampire that's like in its own body.
Correct.
Let's assume it's a few seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm agreeing with you, Doctor, and I think that's what Tesla's going to do, and I think that one of us, sounds like me, is going to need to stake them. I think Tesla, it sounds like a good idea to have like a Teflon point, perhaps, on the rowan wood stake. It might turn out that rowan wood itself is somehow cuts through vampire skin like butter, but we don't know anything about that.
I don't believe it does, because I think we tried it and it broke the stake.
So maybe the thing to do is to reinforce the stake with a either some sort of laminate, Teflon, or steel to make sure that it doesn't crack, but that there's a wood shaft surrounding it so that we can get it in there. And that will be our best bet. Does anybody at the circle have knowledge about this? Like, I'm assuming they've done
ring.
the ring.
Yeah,
Sorry, I called it
ring.
circle. The ring.
I've been in character. I've been telling myself that Johnny's starting to miss a couple steps.
He's got
calling
Alzheimer's.
circle.
That's
I'm an
it.
old man.
Now, like I think he's
I'm
starting
in my
to-
moments.
He's having some Biden moments.
Johnny, the one thing that that's come to mind, and I've been having this conversation internally, and by internally, he's thinking to himself, like with the mistress, is we've got a lot of answers around the types of things that we're going to carry, but we've not prepared ourselves yet. Right? We've caused it problems with Mace, and we've had this and that and the other contraption work, but what it comes down to is whether or not we can face it. Right?
So fair. I mean, my estimation is that when Lily sees a foe worthy of her, her bloodthirsty instincts will drive her to kill whatever it is, and probably three people behind it. Tesla is deeply focused on robbing or getting after the vampire who robbed his partner with his life. The Doctor, I think, Mitchell, has been steadfast throughout this, at least currently has more of a backup role. You, Evan, have a new sense of reserve that I've never seen before. So I agree, but it would seem as if we are in good stead. I will say, though, I have prepared myself to reassure Tesla in the event that he recognizes Costa and that causes him some alarm or problem. Is that what you mean?
Mhm. I'm not going to lose it if that's what you're worried about.
Oh, my old friend, if you do, I will be there by your side to help you find it again.
Makes me feel so much better. Thank you.
Evan, is there more precautions you'd like to take? I mean, are you thinking we should all take Thorazine or something?
Johnny, I think what I'm saying is that we should trust ourselves, right? So I trust that Tesla's going to build the right box, and I trust that you will have the right strategy, and I trust that Dr. Mitchell over there, pointing behind me, right? She's going to have the science down, and Lily's going to cut all the heads off. And I don't know if you trust me for anything, but what I will tell you this newfound whatever, I'm just here because we are here to kill the fucking vampire that took his humanity away from him. Have you not heard it? He's just on about it all the fucking time, in his sleep, in his... We are here to kill a vampire. Let's go kill a vampire.
We're not here to kill it. We're here to capture it. That is our agreement with
I glance at Tesla.
Ring.
And I kind of smile. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to capture it and put it in a box.
Okay, I look at him. Are you lying to me now?
Yeah.
I look at you point like, are you lying to me, sir? You are here to capture it, correct? Not kill it.
Well, there's the first step, right? And then
What was that?
Yes. Fuck, yes. But it's the first step. That's the first thing we should do, is put it in a box. Because we... Tesla
what's the worst thing you could imagine? Like, you've lived a really long time. It's like they're gonna poke and prod him for however long he lasts. It's like capturing him is way worse than killing him.
Indeed, if we want to make a descendant of Dracul suffer, I can think of little worse than putting them at the mercy of the Hound in the ring. And as Tesla said, we'll learn more about how to stake them and how to electrocute them and where their tender spots are, if they have any.
Oh, I'm gonna apply every stupid vampire myth there is. I'm gonna throw rice down his fucking eyes.
Here's some rice.
Some cross running water.
Speaking of stupid vampire myths,
Some Uncle Ben's.
we keep talking about this electromagnet stuff in these Rowanwood stakes. We don't have any evidence right now that Rowanwood does anything. But we keep ignoring the things that we do have some evidence for.
Bombs.
Bear mace.
Exactly.
Garlic and the
Holy water.
holy water.
Well, I think you're right, Doctor. I
It
think
wasn't effective enough, though. Didn't do anything to it. All it did was annoy him.
That's right. It might blind him, give him the eyes. I think, though, Doctor, you're right. Tesla, can you wire up that that stake with some plastique and a mobile, forgive me, what is it called? The clicking
Detonator.
device. Detonator. Thank you.
So you want me to put a shaped charge on this rail driver thing?
If I stab it through his chest and he's still up and pulling it out, then we have no choice.
Is that something conceivable, Byron?
To put an explosive charge on the Rowanwood stake thing? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
I mean,
Put it inside of it.
Hollow out center of it.
Some-
That would weaken it.
somehow do something. It would weaken it.
I mean, put it on the back end towards the handle.
It would
So,
come
like,
out
it doesn't necessarily have to be right neck. It doesn't have to be between my hand and the point. It could be like a large pummel in the back. And when I saw Lily blow up that vampire, she had set it at its feet, and nothing survives. Like, what was the radius, Byron?
I mean, that was like a pound of. I think it was a couple pounds of plastique.
It was
Yeah,
it
but
was a decent amount. It was
Tesla keeps that in his lunchbox, though, right?
Exactly. Let's
Yeah.
go pounds of plastique between friends. I mean, come on.
I mean, I think it's conceivable. I mean, as an emergency thing, just blow him up from the inside. I mean, if we can't win.
Why don't you guys give me a roll? There's a thing for that. I think it's there, like preparedness.
I've got a little preparedness. I've got
I'll
some
spend my
preparedness.
MOS.
I know Lily is like
I'll spend my
preparedness
MOS.
master.
I was like, Lily's got the stuff together for it already.
Oh, hey. Oh,
Read
man.
this. I was like reaching my little a little Hello Kitty thing, and I'm like,
Oh, that's hilarious.
That sounds like a very good idea. And I think, Doctor, perhaps you are the best person maybe to hold that detonator, if that makes sense.
Shit.
Well, Tessa will be busy with the net. I'll be busy staking.
I think I read you. Yes.
And it was your excellent idea, Doctor, that we should also go back and see what worked in the past. You had mentioned garlic and holy water, but Lily was discovered that plastique is especially effective against vampires, at least within 8 feet. So good thinking.
All right. I love it. I feel like we have an
it's
excellent
very
plan
difficult to get them to
this
stay
happen.
within that range, though. So I mean, good luck.
And just as a side, I also trust the doctor to be the last one to try and destroy the specimen. Since she's our scientist, I think she'd be like the most wanting to make sure we get it back alive so that she can understand the research and the medical implications of vampirism. But it could be wrong.
I mean, it could be. I mean, that's what's interesting. Is like, is it a curse? Is it actually the separate species? That's one of the things that we haven't really gotten much information on.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
So let's go catch one.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Thinking to myself,
I still need
I'm
to have
just
my
like, I'll be like,
conversation
oh,
with
good, that's a
Dr.
good
Matt
move. That's a good
Oh,
move
yeah.
too. Good for you.
All right, Dr. Mitchell, what was your conversation you were talking about?
First, I want to I'm gonna snap a picture of Evan. And other people in the room.
Okay.
And my phone, and then I'm gonna chat with Johnny in private. While I'm in there with Johnny, I'm gonna look at my phone, and is there anything funky about these pictures that I'm taking?
Sorry, say it again. Something funny about the pictures you're taking?
Yeah, I've been taking snapshots of various group members, particularly Evan.
I love it's like you take a group photo. You're like, hey guys, come on. If we're gonna go fight this vampire, like we're
Right?
you
Get
know,
one
like
last death
we're
picture.
family. Yeah, like exactly.
Well, I
Like,
mean, and I kind of constantly am taking snapshots and doing the filters for Lily's sake and so forth. So, and I had taken a picture of Evan earlier in his Bruno outfit because he was extra Bruno-esque.
Johnny takes out his eyepiece on the light table and starts to look at each of the photographs.
So I'm just asking Byron, is anything weird about the pictures that I'm taking?
So all the pictures look relatively similar, except for Evans.
oh shit.
Evans, like
super fuck.
like the earlier picture you took when he was all Bruno-y and stuff like that in his thing, it's completely in focus. But now the picture you take is like slightly out of focus.
Just him, not everybody else.
Just like around the edges, just like where his shoulder meets the background and stuff like that. It's just slightly blurred.
So I'm
You
sure
can
that
see
was
him.
John.
You can still see him, but it definitely is slightly blurred in some
I had
way.
gas.
He's kind of getting Marty McFly a little bit, you know.
Yeah. So I show that to Johnny and
Shit.
and say,
Shit.
this is he drank her blood today. Look at this.
You know that this is what it was, or is this you're inferring?
This is my theory that he drank her blood today. He managed to get at her somehow because look at just at this picture. His behavior is so different. Look at this picture from earlier, before he took his little walk on the dance floor or whatever, this bathroom break. Look, he's perfectly in focus, and now he's the only this one who I just took one just now. He's the only one that's not in focus. Like he's fading out of existence, and we know that some of these vampires can't be caught on
Hey,
film.
Evan, you want to go train hand to hand since we're getting ready to go fight a bunch of
No.
How does Lily look?
No, I don't.
Lily
Oh,
looks fine. Lily looks the same.
So you're saying that she came down to the men's room, and
I mean, I don't know. For all I know, there's a secret tunnel that they went to. I don't know.
Right to that stall. So
I did
The
see
secret tunnel to the men.
on the way into the
Stall
hall
3.
when I was going to that men's room to see how Evan was doing. One of the
Thorg.
Noldor's guards had the white bird on its shoulder, which I hadn't seen before. It was rather odd. Does does Our Lady the Vampire wear a lot of white? I can't remember.
No,
She was in
you
a
never seen her
purple
wear a
dress,
lot of white.
she said,
The
right?
only thing white she wears is her skin.
Okay. And I look at the photos. This is before the bathroom, and this is after the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes taking a shit takes a lot out of you.
I mean, whew.
I'm not
Perhaps
big.
it was low on zinc. Maybe could it be a performance-enhancing drug?
Or high on iron.
So I have a theory. There's another part of this theory. He's really sharply focused. He's not doing all that the meth bug itching thing that he usually does.
Itching thing. What are you
All,
talking
all
about?
all that stuff that he used, all those twitches and things he usually has
Not tweaking
when
anymore.
he's hankering for a hit, he hasn't been doing.
I noticed his cankers look particularly healed this week.
His cankers. Well, that's amazing.
At least he didn't say genital warts. So
Those are they're still pretty bad.
so I
actually.
have a theory, and also his behavior about drinking his disgust at the idea of drinking another vampire's blood.
Yeah.
I theorize that has to do with him being bonded to a single mistress.
Mm.
The idea of drinking an enemy's blood is abhorrent, not drinking a vampire's blood.
This
A
is
certain
fucking awesome.
vampire's blood,
Mm-hmm.
clear that he still craves.
I am with you. I do not disagree. I will
No,
note.
I would like
that's-
to test this.
How would you like to test it?
Do you have a stash of Street Scarlet?
Do I, Byron?
Dr. Mitchell does. I'm pretty sure that was in the bonds that she knows where he can get it.
Well, I also have a preparedness
She's like, Fling!
MOS.
Yeah, if you'd like to spend it on that, go ahead.
I'd like to spend that on
Nice.
us having a stash. Like, I mean, it could have been something like that Johnny and I worked out. That in case we get to a point where Evan can't get his
Yeah.
fix, we might need to set him up.
Your
So we
emergency
have
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is our emergency bag. So I tell Johnny I want to tap into our stash and I want to offer it to him and see how he reacts. I think he has a new addiction.
Fair enough. I have
And I
another
will-
idea.
I want
What's
a
that?
new drug. This
Along
is
those
Huey
lines.
Wilson.
You
I
know,
want to do
I noticed that Evan was hesitant to capture the vampire. Rather, he showed a predilection for destroying the specimen, and thus killing a descendant of Dracul, and eliminating our ability to learn about the vampire species, both of which might have been slightly motivated by that same patron you mentioned. You notice Johnny doesn't like to say her name. Maybe what we should do is provide Evan with his own detonator. Not one that will actually trigger the bomb, but to see if he will try and destroy the vampire. It sends a signal so that we'll know that he tried to use his detonator. We could give one to him and one to Evan, one to myself perhaps, and one to you, Dr. Mitchell. But yours would be the only real one.
Ed, check your phone.
Clever.
Oh, by the way, I sent this message to Byron about 10 minutes ago. Something along those lines.
Um,
Oh, I didn't realize that was from you.
here-
Okay, well, it's got my name on it.
so
Sorry.
listen,
It does, clearly.
Dr. Mitchell is horrified by the idea of giving dummy detonators to the
Yeah,
entire
that's
team.
fine.
and she's going to communicate to Johnny that, because it feels very divisive. It feels like we're pitting ourselves against each other. We have a concern for Evan about whether he's a security risk at this time or a risk to himself or others, but I don't have any interest in playing mind games with the rest of my team.
Doctor, are you suggesting it's better that we tempt a drunkie with their drug than to simply give them a faux detonator to see if they'll reveal that they're actually seeking a separate solution from the one that the team seeks? I mean, at least this solution does not involve, hanging the chunks of crystal meth in front of the addict's face. And it could be that Evan doesn't do anything. It's perfectly innocent. In which case, the detonator that he has is simply a validation of our trust in him. But if you prefer it, I won't oppose it.
I feel my loyalties and agenda splitting at the concept of running that test. I'm not sure that I'm up for that. I understand your motivations, but I don't feel like that would be running that test would be productive for the team or our mission.
You notice that Johnny looks at you for a long minute. And you may know that he's trying to figure out right now if you're under the influence of some doctor.
What?
The paranoia that I have bred to this team is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I'll just say
she's
this.
like,
I have expected from the beginning that we will run into divisions within our small team. It's happened before. It'll happen again. Not all of us are meant to survive this. I frankly think at my age, I am the least likely to make it through. But what comes first is the mission. What is most important is the mission.
Agreed.
And what we need to detect is that what is the level of sway that this vampire may or may not have over Evan. That's the key. But if you wish to simply do the crystal meth test, that's fine.
Listen, you are the team leader. If you are convinced that this is a good idea, I won't fight it. I am telling you my feelings, my professional insights about your opinion, about your
I'm
suggestion.
agreeing with you, Doctor. You are our medical and psychological professional. I am not. If you feel that Evan's tender and delicate mental state would be undermined severely by being given a faux detonator, but is better if tempted by a little street scarlet, which normally he would scarf in a New York minute, I don't disagree with you. As the medical officer, I defer to you on matters of mental health.
Spicy.
I feel like I want to roll for something, and I don't know what.
I mean, it sounds like you're having a personal battle there. Maybe roll fighting or something like that.
It's a Johnny bullshit roll.
What? I've deferred to her. I'm agreeing.
I mean, no. Can I roll? Can I roll detect smoke blowing up my ass? I mean, is that a thing?
Well, you're getting what you want.
So, Dr. Mitchell feels that
I love this campaign.
Johnny
so
is
fucking
speaking
much.
really, almost condescendingly to her in this framing, and so she's going to back off a little bit, and feels like she's being manipulated. Again, if you want to run that little psychological experiment and give.
No, Doctor, it's already over. You've already told me your opinion. Once you've given me your medical opinion, that's it. There's nothing untoward here. I'm simply referring to my medical officer.
Fine. I would still like to run my experiments with the Street Scarlet because
Absolutely. I'm agreeing with you once again. You must understand, I am wholeheartedly deferring to you and agreeing with you in every way. We will not do my test and we will do yours. What is there to dislike about this?
Very well.
So what if we killed John? No.
So
Lily can do it in a New York second, so
right.
Ah, damn it! Now
And
I'm
would it
convinced.
probably would given the opportunity. All right, so we access the stash, and I'm gonna find Evan alone. Shut the door behind me.
Oh shit.
I think Evan, so that he knows that they're off talking, and most of the time when they talk, they're talking about him anyway. Lately, and Lily.
narcissist.
Lily said something. Lily says something about, hey, do you want to spar? And I'm like, I've got to, like how I get out of everything. I gotta have a shit. So I'm like washing my hands again. I think I'm in the bath. No, I'm coming out.
Pound on the bathroom door. You can't stay in there forever.
I'm
probably just sitting there like trying to make shit, being like, oh, it just makes me so mad having to sit over here and make stuff all the time.
I'm just somewhere cutting bamboo, practicing.
Dr. Mitchell, I'm only 37 of Candy Crush or whatever. So yeah, I would come out. Doctor, I'm sorry. Did you need to go in there?
You don't really want to go in there.
No.
Go in there.
No, I just want to complete that medical exam that Johnny asked to do. I think the team's been through a lot these last couple of months, and it's time we, test for injuries and recovery and so forth. So let's just go through the basic physical.
Fine, but all right, fine.
You have to wear the
take
gown.
off the shirt or whatever, get ready for the thing and the blood cuff and all that shit. But I think he's losing his shit.
So he takes off his shirt.
He's got huge nipples. They're like this. It's just like
Color nipples.
There's a visual I'll never forget.
yeah.
It looks like he's been working out. He's kind of got a pretty ripped 6-pack, and you're pretty sure he had a beer belly on yesterday.
It was, in all fairness, it was a meth belly, is what it was.
It was a meth belly.
It was a meth
belly.
Because it had
Meth belly.
bugs.
I'm
It
gonna
had
be
bugs.
opposite.
Had scabs on it and stuff.
Bugs.
Little scabs.
So I make a mental note of that. I get his vitals, heart rate, blood pressure.
Actually, listen,
Low.
I think
Like the best. Very good. Very, very good.
Extreme athlete good, right?
Extreme athlete good. Like he could be a gold medalist right now.
I know what you're thinking right now, and I know what you're going through in all your tests, but here's what I want to say to you, Terry. And I do make eye contact. We spend so much time dancing around reality. We are fighting the fucking undead here. And at some point, we're actually going to have to fight it. And we're going to lose unless we prepare ourselves. Now, you know me more than anyone, and I've never fucked you over, not once. What I do for you. And Tesla. And Johnny.
Is not in the room. Yeah.
I know. I pause and let that sink in. I get it. I don't know what you'll find. Yeah, I do a lot of drugs. I got some street scarlet from your fucking friend's boyfriend. I don't know. By the look of him, his name is probably Franz or something. He was a big bloke, but yeah, it was pretty pure shit, and I've been feeling myself lately. So find what you're gonna fucking find, but the bottom line is we gotta go catch a vampire. All right? So you want me
I
to
just
stay
roll
home?
my eyes at him.
Do you want me to stay home? Is that what you want? Go get your fucking vampire then, Dr. Mitchell.
Then shut up and let me do my tests.
As soon as I hear the plastic glove, like, psh, I'm like, no, stop.
Gonna be a turn-
I'm not
turn and
checking
cough
your
here.
prostate today.
Yeah. All right.
It's
That's all right.
like, now turn your head and cough.
Yeah. We're not doing the turn your head and
you
cough.
have, Doctor.
Evan, I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
I know what happened today.
What's that?
Don't fuck with me, Evan.
I'm not.
I know what you did today.
Do you really? Do you
I want
know...
to measure its effects.
How about we measure its effects by whether or not we're all fucking dead after we face a vampire, Dr. Mitchell? Stop fucking around and let's get to it.
Evan,
Could we?
Right this second?
The longer we wait, the further away we get. Have you not seen us chasing our own dicks? Or, I mean, respectfully, our own genitalia or whatever? Shit, I always do that. I'm
We
sorry.
all have dicks our own way.
Shit!
Evan.
I turn the mic off.
The mic's not on.
Always do that.
Evan, seriously, look at me. Look at me. Have I said it? Look at me.
As
Have I
he looks,
said anything
as he looks at
judgmental?
you and you make eye contact with him, you can see his eyes, his iris is just like focused completely.
And I would say,
Have I said anything judgmental here?
you look at me. I don't care if you judge me. I've come here for the same reason you have. We're going to get there by different roads. But in the end, I will never fucking let any harm come to any of the three of you.
Then help me learn about this.
Wait, there's 4 of them.
I was about to say that.
Wait, there's 4 of them.
Then help me learn about this.
Because, I'm just thinking, because one of them doesn't need my help. She's fine.
Yeah.
But
Lily's fine.
what do you want to do? Do you want to study me? Is that going to help you?
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Basic stuff. Just like every other physical.
Then, before we leave town, you and I are going to go back to the club. And you're going to make a deal. Plain and simple.
Am I?
Or I can continue to lie. Do you want me to pretend to be the broken junkie that I was before? Is that what you want? Oh my!
So I guess you.
Oh
So
my-
you don't need this. And I drop the street scarlet on the table.
I mean, that looks. Where the fuck did you get that then? I snatch it. Literally, I'm just. Wait, is there something I don't know? What are you doing? Is this yours? This is a
You
lot.
think we're not? You think we're not
Of
prepared?
course.
What? Oh fuck! Does Johnny know?
Does Johnny know?
John, you cannot fucking tell me that Johnny's on this shit. This looks good.
Good quality stuff.
So I level with him about the emergency stash and why we had it, and so
Oh,
you tell me you're off it now.
I'm not telling you anything. So wait. Are you telling me I can keep this?
I'm
Because-
offering it to you
Good talk.
to use it.
I put it in a fucking bag and I stuff it away. Like, what I'm telling you is that I spoke to your friend who offered me a substantially less of this for a. Do I owe you any money for this? Because this is a lot. Good talk. So I'm totally off of it. I'm fine. Holy fuck.
Do I know? Do I detect any craving? Do I see like any reluctance on his part to put it away and push it aside?
Oh, he's keeping it. No fucking way, dude. I think Evan. He does. You tell me
I
about it.
picture, I picture that Dr. Mitchell and Evan have had more than one conversation about Evan being off of Street Scarlet.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
And this is
only like twice a week for the last year.
Yeah, this is like the only time you've ever had the conversation where he just straight on doesn't want it. You can see
All
it's
right.
not an addiction. He'll take it from you,
Right.
but it's not an addiction.
But he doesn't need it anymore.
He doesn't need it.
All right. So then So seriously, I want my whole agenda is to learn about these things, right? And figure out what they are and how to deal with them. So help me learn. Help me learn how many doses have you had of her blood? Be honest with me.
From the tap, on the rocks, like what are we talking?
Shaken, not stirred.
I'm gonna need. I'm sorry.
You have
Look, look.
You have a
Let's.
calculator?
We go way back, right?
Yeah, the-
I've taken steps in our time together that would. Johnny would have me killed, or Tesla would simply just cut my fucking throat right now if you know the truth. But I swear to you, all I've done is for us. So we because.
That is
We
not
are the only people that
I
understand
asked.
what's going on. I've had enough. For fuck's sake, Terry, shut your goddamn mouth and leave me the fuck alone. And I strip whatever shit she has off of me and I stomp the fuck out of the room. I'm done. Like, I just literally am like, whatever. I just walk out. Before the door closes, we're in this together. I promise. I've never, ever let you down.
We still have like 3 days.
That's true. It's been like 3 days. No, we've been working together for. No, that's like she's on the outside or something. I just no more.
Why?
Because I'm hers now, Dr. Mitchell.
So?
I don't know what that means any more than you do. But what I can tell you is that I bargained for something very important to me. In that room, in that bar, while you were talking to your boyfriend.
Heavy eye roll.
Part of that was in helping us get Tesla square with his past and helping us walk out of it alive. So could we skip the fucking blood tests until we're on the other side of whatever awaits us with that vampire, and then learn from it, and then go capture another one? Can we do that? Can we just do that?
No. I'm a fucking scientist. Can you stop with your self-righteous sanctimony for 5 minutes? Let me do some basic tests. I want to figure out how many doses of her blood you've had and what changes that has made in your physiology so that I can track it over time. I'm a scientist. This is what I do. This is my goal in the mission.
Promise me that you will not tell Johnny then. Promise me.
This is for my edification. He doesn't know what I'm doing in here with you other than the Street Scarlet offer.
Lies. He knows
Not
exactly
lying.
what you're... Because Johnny, he knows everything.
Okay.
For fuck's sake, he knows what underwear I'm wearing right now. Check me on that. He does. You promise me you will not tell him, and I will tell you everything. But only
I'll
you.
keep my data. I'll keep my data to myself.
That's
But he's not stupid. He's going to notice.
No. That's not what you will not tell him anything. Promise.
May I confirm or deny the suspicions that he and I had going into this?
No. No.
I will agree to these conditions on one condition of my own. I will break this vow if I think you're a danger to any of us.
Agreed. Yes. But, not just if you just think that, Evan's got cramps or something and he's having it, but if you think I'm actually going to eat you or something, yes.
Yes.
I kind of
That's
pull her
what I-
in and hug her, like in the, like when she's like, okay, it's okay to cry, Evan, because of your past or whatever. Like, I would never do anything to hurt any of you. And if I ever seem like I'm going to, yeah, tell him.
All right. Deal.
This doesn't involve the glove, does it?
Not yet. Not this time.
Yeah, whatever test is
But
fine.
you don't have any prostate history, right? Then no.
It's the size of a beanbag already. I don't know. And it's I just whatever.
I mean, if vampire blood cures an inflamed prostate, might be a bigger thing. All right, so I run him through my 15-minute battery of basic strength and agility tests. Like pretty much the basic stuff that you would screen somebody for annually. And flexibility, maneuverability, strength, maxes and stuff like that, and get his the normal measurements, height, weight, waist, all that kind of stuff, and just copy it down. Do I notice anything significant in these measurements that are different from his baseline?
He's probably lost about 22 pounds. His BMI is greatly increased. Or greatly decreased, I should say. Whatever you want to call it.
Or it stayed the same because he gained muscle mass.
Yeah.
True. I mean, obviously, he's much stronger than he was.
But he's just as lazy. For the record, he's just as lazy. So if you're
Just
testing,
as lazy,
if
right.
you're
That
testing
didn't change at all.
reflexes, he may be
I
able
know
to.
you haven't been working out, Evan. I'm not stupid.
Suddenly, Evan looks like Gormit.
If you approach me for a test, I'm sitting there like welding, and I'm like, all right. It's like I probably have really high cholesterol. It's like last time I checked, it's like my blood pressure was through the roof. It's like, no, I'm not going to quit eating red meat.
So every night I bring Tesla his Lipitor.
Lipitor, right?
As I'm like, it's like because Evan needs me to make a fucking cage.
So I'm gonna in my
Johnny
password, my very, very password protected, not connected to the rest of the network, private notes. I'm gonna record this data. A couple of comments. How is his strength and agility compared to baseline?
He's definitely faster, and his strength is definitely increased.
Hearing and visual acuity.
Both better. He passes the vision test like unbelievably.
What?
What? Yeah, exactly.
What?
It makes me wonder, were you able to hear Johnny and I talking earlier?
So he actually says something like while you're not to put words in your character's mouth.
No,
but,
you do whatever.
I picture that as you're like doing the hearing test, he's saying it'd be a lot easier to hear the sounds if you'd stop writing.
Oh, that's terrible. Like I picture that's gonna drive him batshit crazy. Like
Batshit crazy. I like it.
like. Would you just? I think I would grab her
Pun
hand,
intended.
grab her hand with the pen, and be like, "Woo."
Yeah,
Talk.
it's like scratching on it,
Yeah.
like as you're writing with a like
As
you
soon
probably
as
have like a
click,
gel
click,
pen.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah, like a gel pen.
Tesla just so happens to play to sing bad show tunes while he's working.
Oh God.
just hanging out like
Okay. So-
wonderful visuals.
I share with Evan my observations because I am always honest with him, and tell him I don't know if you've looked in the mirror this afternoon or this evening, this morning, whenever the fuck this is, but you might want to start at least pretending like you're doing some bench presses if you don't want the others to know.
Right.
You never really looked at your abs, but
Well,
you're like, wow, I'm kind of ripped now.
I generally don't disrobe in front of Johnny or Lily. God forbid Lily or Tesla, especially because I mean it's Tesla, but right, secret, right?
Listen, we can all see when somebody's shirt is tight in a different place than it was tight this morning.
Well, I just got Untuckable, which is a sponsor of today's stand. No, that's not true. But I got it. Right. You're so right. I will put my shirt back on then. Boop, 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 boop. My
Rather
turtleneck.
tight collared shirt.
Yeah, my turtleneck.
Turtleneck.
I get my muffin top turtleneck. It's a competitor to Untuckable. It's like if you want to look like you don't have vampire abs, you just wear this shirt. Online.
All right.
All right.
Oh shit!
So with where we're at, it's 12:03, so this is probably a good spot to wrap up. So I'm gonna kind of do a little fast forward thing here. So basically, you guys are gonna fast forward to the day before. So this is 2 days after, getting ready to fly out in the morning, Saturday morning, for it's just before dawn on Saturday morning. To fly out to Odessa on this really nice black charter plane. It's completely like the windows are completely blacked out. And it's sitting on a private runway and everything. And Ryzen's, driving, they're unloading the thing and stuff like that. But that night, Evan, you're kind of like restless and you hear like a little like scratching at the window. And you get up and you open the window and you're like, God, it's so hot in here. Like, and you leave the window open a little bit.
On the jet.
And no, this is
okay.
at your place
Yeah,
or
on
wherever
the
you're
jet.
staying. At your little Switzerland safe house, I
okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Ring. Weren't we staying with Ring?
No, because you left there and went to Switzerland.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
You went to Geneva. So you probably have that little safe house that you guys had before in Geneva. And you, like I said, you heard the scratching at the window. You kind of get up and walk over there and open the window and just like look out there. Nothing's out there. Nothing at all. And you go back to bed. And in the morning, you wake up. There's like drool on your pillow, stuff like that. And you kind of roll over. Like, put on your little shoes and laying on top of one of your slippers on the floor.
My little shoes. I've got very little shoes.
Your little shoes
baby
or whatever.
feet.
Laying on the floor right next to your slippers is a white feather.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
I go.
And that's where we're gonna end this.